Oh, more.
I'm trying to see. It looks like fine this way. You said it's too dark?
No, I was. There you go. I am.
Up. Got it.
Oh, Mike.
Good evening, good evening.
What up, dude?
Hey, girl.
Mike, I see you. What up, Mike?
Hi, Mike. No. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to
Venus versus Mars.
Seventh
episode?
Yep, it's our 7th episode. Go us. Our 7th episode.
We 10 toes deep.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Well, I was really going to wait till we get to our 10th, and I was going to be excited, but
yeah, that's what comes.
I'm excited overall. So, welcome to Talk with Teezy. Welcome. Presents Venus versus Mars. I'm Teezy, of course, and my boy Webb over here.
It's me.
Talking about different topics. So today's topic, I feel like it's another hot one.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Something light, but hot for the people.
And we have a special guest today. So last week we had our boy Nate on. He came on representing for the boys. Now today I'm about to say he's gonna be on. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be on here, but. Today we have a female representing for the ladies. So my girl Kia, I'm going to add. Well, please don't hate. My girl Kia, I'm going to add her on. She's on now, and today we're going to be talking about stereotyping, preference, and colorism, because it's something that I feel like a lot of us deal with, if not all of us have dealt with, or even know family members or friends that have dealt with it at some point in our life or still dealing with it, even with all that's going on in the world today. So we want to talk about the differences, like does any of us engage in it? Maybe we might not even know. So today's a good talk. I'm going to add my girl Kia on so we can get started. All right, hold on, let me add her. I hope you guys ready, ladies and gents, ready to talk about this. See, let's take a while to add. Hey, sis.
What up, Natalia? What up, Kendra? How y'all doing? We live.
All right, how's everyone doing? Hi, Kia.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
How are you? What's up, boo?
What's up, y'all?
What's up? How you doing? How's your evening going? You think we should turn
It's all right.
Okay. So today, of course, tonight our topic
is
stereotypes,
preferences,
and colorism.
And how they all blend and mix.
Right.
Intersect.
Right. So I want to start off before we start talking about it and maybe giving some experiences. Sorry, this thing. Okay. So I'm gonna start off. I just want to give the definition of each. Just in case some of us might not know, we might think it's something else and it means something else. So, according to the internet research. So when it comes to stereotyping, it said a widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing. Then for preference, we have a greater liking for one alternative or over another or others. Favor shown to one person or thing over another or others. Mm-hmm. And then for colorism, we have prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Well, we gotta come in more.
Go right here. Right.
I'm on that bus. Okay, so, well, what you think about that? Let's talk about stereotyping first. Let's go down the list.
A widely held but fixed and oversimplified image or idea of a particular type of person or thing.
Mm-hmm.
We stereotype all the time. I think everybody stereotypes. Everybody stereotypes.
Yeah.
Whether it's blatantly or in secrecy amongst friends, you know what I mean? Everybody stereotypes. We Asians, we think are bad drivers. Uh, what else? White people don't cook with seasoning. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of stereotypes, but I think stereotypes play a big role in racism, but not the way that people probably thinking. Like, I feel like it helps point out who's racist and who's not racist. Like, when you can make a stereotype joke, I feel when a person can make a stereotype joke and it's actually funny because it's true, they're not racist.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
But if
Because
they're
it's
making
true?
a stereotype because it's true,
Oh.
you know what I mean? Because the joke is true, I feel like it's not a racist thing. It's just being funny about the truth of a matter. Whereas if you make a joke and it's not a true thing amongst you know what I mean? Not like a widely known thing, then that's racist, I feel like. So I feel like sorry white people, but white people have a higher chance of being racist when it comes to that kind of thing. But there's a few white people that can make stereotypical jokes and they be funny. Like I found myself laughing at some white people jokes. And
Some of it
it's
do. Some of it
hilarious.
do be funny.
Some of them be funny, you know what I mean? Like but stereotype jokes about people and it be funny. So that's my take on stereotypes, or my first take on stereotypes. I think we all do it and it's a thin line between being racist and just being funny.
But stereotype, I
Right.
feel like stereotype doesn't have to do with just racism.
No, not
Like,
always.
it can be just how you look at people. Like, just for example, for me, since we want to talk about it, like, I get the all the time, like, you're pretty for a big girl. That's a stereotype. Like, if I was not big, if I was skinny, I'd still be pretty. It just why can't it just be you're pretty? It always has to be, people say, oh, you can dress nice for a big girl. Like,
Right.
That's
Being put in a
that's your
categorized.
stereotype.
because you're trying to say that big girls aren't usually pretty, which isn't the case because it's usually big girls are pretty.
Definitely.
That's you know what I mean?
But I mean,
Right.
that's what I get a lot. That's what people say, or people even say, like, because me and Kia had this conversation, like, oh, you have so much confidence. Like, where do you get your confidence from? Like, it's a lot of girls that's smaller than me that have asked me that tell me that I give them confidence. Like, what? So you try to tell me that because I'm a big girl, that all of the things that a small woman does or how she feels about herself, which a lot of them are insecure, but a big girl is not supposed to feel that way either, or it's like, yo, wow, she look nice for a big girl, or you so pretty for a big girl. Like, why can't you just say to me, like, you're pretty, you're beautiful? Like, you don't have to add that for a big girl, because if I was smaller, it'll still be the way. I'll still be Teezy, like, I'll still be me.
I get what
You
you're
know what I'm
saying,
saying?
but
Kia?
Right.
I don't think people mean it to be, you know what I mean, to be insultive. I think it's like you usually expect bigger people to have like more insecurities and stuff. Not that it's always the case, but
But
it's
that's
usually
the
more
but
one side.
that's what we talk about. That's what
The
we talk
stereotype.
about right now, Web. That's the stereotype. Cause like I was telling Shantae, like in my case, people tell me, oh, you pretty to be dark skinned. That's not a compliment to me. It's
That's an
actually
insult.
it's actually an insult. It
That's
is.
an insult.
Because just because my skin is dark does not make me a what they used to say back in the day, an African booty scratcher or whatever you want to call it. Like that's not what I am. Like if you find me attractive, I should be able to be my skin complexion, darker, lighter, like whatever the case may be, not just because I'm dark skinned. Like I think that's putting me in a category to where I'm just automatically supposed to be ugly because I'm dark skinned. And that's not the case at all. It's definitely an insult. It has been said to me before, and that's something that I don't like.
How have you reacted to it? What have you said? Like,
I said exactly what I just said now. Like, don't say that because I'm dark skinned. Like, do you find me attractive just because you find me attractive? Or is it because you're not used to seeing beautiful, I can't even say black women because it's beautiful
there's a
black
ton of people.
women everywhere. But I'm saying a beautiful dark-skinned black woman. And when I mean black too, I don't mean like the color black, because that's another thing. Me being a dark-skinned woman, I don't like when people describe dark-skinned people as black. My race is black. My skin complexion, I'm brown. I'm actually chocolate, to be honest.
Chocolate, dark chocolate.
You know
Talk
what I'm
to me.
saying? My race is black. So don't say who. Oh, Kia, black kid. No, Kia is black, you know, racially on a piece of paper. Yes, that's my race. I'm black. But, you know, don't describe me as concrete, because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And don't tell me that I'm pretty because I'm dark skinned. It's clearly you haven't been around the world to see it's so many pretty, beautiful dark skinned women. It's beautiful light skinned women. It's beautiful brown skin. When we come in so many different shades to, it's not even funny. Like I got family members that look white and they 100% black. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's a compliment. So I think that's a stereotype. That's a category that people put me in all the time. And, you know, I really don't like it. I think it's kind of like colorism within our own race.
Is that too?
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I find it disturbing.
It is
Me
disturbing.
too. But Web, I got a question.
Okay.
What's the difference between what Kia just said? As soon as she said pretty for a dark skinned girl, you was like, oh, that's an insult. But you gonna tell me that someone telling me that I look pretty for a big girl is not supposed to be an insult. Dude, that is
no, but that's what I was explaining. That
okay.
That usually big girls are expected to have low confidence, but you don't have low confidence. You have to, like,
but why is that though? But that should be like the $1 million question for today. Why is that? Why?
I don't know. Women gotta. I don't know. Y'all gotta.
We need
answer
some big girls to
why
tap in. We got comments up there. I can't see the comments. We got comments. I need to read some because
we just had Bonnie. Bonnie said yes. So that's what we got so far for the comments. Everybody just tuning in.
I don't know what makes women feel the way women feel. Women know.
But you're a guy and you know how guys talk.
Huh?
Go ahead, say it, Kia.
You're a man, so like us as women, like we want to know what these type of conversations, like how do they go when men talk about this stuff? Because I know y'all do. I know the average. Well, you do have men that prefer only a big woman. You know what I'm saying? But majority of today's men go for the Coca-Cola bottle shape. And I remember at one time where how I look wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like it is.
Like curvy women wasn't in. It was like the stick figure, the skinny kind of. And now it's more so the thick woman know what's in it.
We always was in. They just was trying to do it behind closed doors, and those are the type of men I'm not messing with. Don't try to mess with me behind closed doors because Mama Teezy got a little, like, you know, if you can't. No, I'm not. Like, if you can't mess with me for who I am, but you love messing with me and love my voluptuous body and parts of my body, you know, behind closed doors, like, I don't want no parts of you, like. Get out of here with that. Like, it shouldn't be that, but then in public.
And that's another thing too. Like, people have a right to have a preference. Like, right. You can't hurt my feelings if a guy say, well, you know, I'm really not attracted to dark skinned women. I prefer light skinned women. That doesn't offend me at all because I have my preference too.
Exactly.
But it offends me when they say, oh, you pretty to be dark skinned. I'm like, damn, like, where you think I come from? The back of the garage? Like, no.
So wait, Nate said it's conditioning.
Yeah,
it
is conditioning. I think there's a difference between when you talk about color compared to like when you talk about like somebody bigger or somebody skinny.
It's all conditioning.
It is, but it's a different type of conditioning. Like with the colorism thing, that's more of like a psychological thing, whereas like the weight issue is more like like an insecurity thing.
But that's
based on person's personal insecurities.
No, that's big. That's not, because if somebody, that's based on what the person might think, because that's what they have up in their mind about big women, that big women are insecure. So that's not actually the big woman being insecure. That's the other person that have their own thoughts. But
sometimes there's women that's just insecure because they're big.
There's a lot of women. There's a lot more women than you probably believe that are small that are insecure as hell.
Yeah, no,
Like,
women are insecure about everything. Let's get that out the way. Women are just insecure. That's the thing. That women have that. Not an insult. It's not a come at women. It's not a. I'm not trying to. You know what I mean? Back from nothing. It's just an innate thing to worry about things and themselves, and I don't know, but.
So as a man, well, Nate said European. I need to get it. Okay, here we go. What's up, Henri? He said the European conditioning, just like white skin, white women with blue eyes were seen as beautiful. Yes. Remember the book by oh my God, what book was that? The Mocking. No, it wasn't the Mockingbird. The Blue Eyes. Wasn't that Maya? That wasn't Maya. I'm saying the wrong person. But okay, yeah, European conditioning. Yeah, we get that. So with the stereotyping that you as a male, I want to ask you as a male, you never been stereotyped because of any parts of like your facial, your body, your
I used to myself feel some type of way about being dark. I thought like, you know what I mean, like chicks didn't like because I'm dark skinned. Because people used to make jokes about me being black. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I had that kind of an instant, but it wasn't a thing. It wasn't an actual thing because there was plenty of girls that liked me, and I missed out on a lot of opportunities being stupid and feeling some kind of way about myself. You know what I mean? And I also engaged in like, there was a time where, not that I didn't find dark skin, I was attracted to light skinned women. I've come to find out that all women are crazy, but you know what I mean? Like, I had a thing where at the time I was attracted to light skinned women, and it messed up. Again, it messed up a lot of dating opportunities because.
So let me ask you this: did you find yourself only being attracted to light skinned women because you were teased about your dark skin?
Maybe that could have been a thing, and I didn't think about it at the time. You know what I mean? That probably was a thing. That probably did play a factor in it.
And then it started to make you not like the skin that you were in.
But no, not that. I didn't never not like the skin I was in.
But you had a problem with the shade of it?
People just used to always make jokes, so I felt the way. You know what I mean? But like I noticed a pattern. Like it doesn't always happen this way, but if y'all ever notice, dark skinned people usually like light skinned people, and light skinned people usually like dark skinned people.
Yeah, it could be like that. I see a lot of people that like the same, but it is probably more of the opposite. But you see people that the same shade. Like you see that. So Bonnie, thank you for that. It's Toni Morrison, The Bluest Eye. Yes, that book. That was a very good book. It deals with the blue eyes, the black girl thinking that the blue eyes was the prettiest and that she wanted so bad to have like that lifestyle. So that was a really good book. What's up, cuz? My cousin, for real, you gotta read it. My cousin Kyle, he's up here. He said, color never matters. Body doesn't matter. I have to be attracted to you spiritually. Boom. I've had a big girl treat me.
That's what I came to learn.
Excuse me.
That's what I came to learn. That's what I've come to learn as I got older.
Oh my God. Can I finish this? He said I have to be attracted to you spiritually. I've had a big girl treat me better than a girl I dated with a coke body. It's all about how they treat you. Exactly, because you said it 100% facts. It's all how they treat you.
And if you're going to show love and they reciprocate it, boom.
Right. And Jennifer, hi Jennifer. Jennifer Thompson, she said true. Yeah, so now with the colorism, anybody could chime in too on we reading y'all comments and stuff. So let's talk about preference because you kind of went into the preference, about the difference of actually just liking somebody, you have a preference, this is the skin tone I like, it's not because I dislike that other skin, this is just who I'm more attracted to, or even just the size or whatever. Like some people, they like, I don't know, people with bigger feet. Kia,
right.
What's your preference?
I think guys have more to choose from with the preference than we do. Because guys are either short, tall, big or small. They either got dreads like Webb or a low haircut. We come in all shapes and sizes. We come tall, we come short, we come big at the top, skinny at the bottom, big at the bottom, flat chested at the top. Like we come in so many different ways. So I think as a man, they have more to choose from when choosing us than we do. Like I know my preference. I don't really care of what skin complexion, but like the taller, slender, basketball looking guys, for whatever reason, that's what I tend to run away from. I don't know why. But far as like his skin complexion and whatever, that's whatever when it comes to that. But, that's just my preference. But I feel guys have more to choose from. Because like Webb, you being a man, Are you a butt man? Are you a breast man?
I am. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like titties, but if she got titties and she has ass, I don't like that. I don't like that.
See? See what I'm saying?
You gonna push it to the side?
See what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, what if her stuff better than her butt though?
see? Yo, you see, shut up. Yo, but you see what I'm saying?
See, we don't get this. Yo, all we got is they chest. Either they big, they skinny.
That's it.
Or they short. Either they got drag or
we do. The only difference is
color when it comes to
no. The only difference is what y'all prefer. I'm glad we talking about preference. What y'all prefer. If a dude look too weird, a girl not gonna be attracted to him unless he talks to her, she gets to know him and falls in love with him or falls for him. So y'all not even looking at dudes like that. So that eliminates a bunch of men from y'all radar to begin with.
But that's just that's on the level of a mental aspect though.
But that's also how we look at women. You get what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of women that shape real funny, and with some shape like I'm not saying that because it's gonna offend some women that's on here. And I'm not even trying.
Please don't make me have to smack you, Web. You know what tonight.
Straight up, Web. You better tread lightly, Web.
Tread lightly.
That's what I'm doing. I'm on tonight. I know I'm on tonight. I'm rocking with the two of y'all. Listen, I'm not trying to start it up. I'm trying to make it
for real. We're trying to make it yup.
Right.
So we're gonna try to end this by you guys. But hold on, Misha said. She said, right, we can't see y'all packages from the outside. Y'all get to see
Facts.
That's how y'all be getting tricked. That's how y'all get tricked in that kind of stuff.
Yo.
But it's like, we can't really see too much.
So let me ask this, because I can't.
Y'all be having waist trainers. Y'all be having a lot of stuff that hide things that we.
Okay, so wait, that's next. That's next coming on filters, because females, we can hide behind these filters, and in real life, when you see us, it'd be something different. But I can't really tell who's on this live. Is there like a lot of men on this live? Like, I want to know what are some of the preferences that men choose. Like, what is it that y'all like? What is it that y'all go for?
Wait, I'm looking at the comments. We like Kia wants some of y'all men to chime in, but what you said? He said pack watchers. Snacks. And then Webb says, "Say it, Nate, because I can't." That's snacks. And then Bonnie said, "Hold on." Bonnie said something that I like. Bonnie said, she said, "I have preferences, but those can go out the window when intellect comes in."
Boom. Yep. That's the thing. I've experienced with women.
Yeah.
It's like I can have a preference and like a certain type of look and go for it, but once I'm talking in the conversation form, if the intellect not there,
right?
I don't care how good you look.
So that's how men think. Well,
no, that's a fact.
Men not smart enough to think like that.
Yeah.
I don't know who, you know what I mean, but men who smart enough to think like that,
they look at more than just the body.
Because you realize it's.
They said brains over beauty all day. That's what one of the men said. So Kia, what are you asking the men that's on the live? What are you asking them?
What's their preferences? Like what do okay, for instance, because I use this one a lot and people start laughing when I say this. So any guy that's on this live and web, YouTube, like say like if right now we was on the phone and you couldn't see me, right? And we was talking and you asked me, you was like, so, you know, what you look like? Tell me what you look like. And I say, I'm about 5'6". I weigh about 215, dark skin. That's it. Image be what you looking at now.
No, because you just said, all you said was 5'6", 215, and you said dark skin. That 215 could be anywhere on your body. Until you tell me your shape, what I'm seeing is
but see, you about to categorize me. Don't.
I'm saying, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Yo, get him out of here.
You about to categorize me though. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like dark skin, 5'6", 215.
He said Janet Jackson.
Yeah, right. Nah, that ain't what they see.
Well,
Like what?
You up? Nah. Yo.
What he say?
He said
What he
from
say?
Friday, should I smack him in your face? You want to get smacked?
But see, that's why I did that though. Because to be honest, Webb, like that's my true description. That's really me. But that's what I'm saying. Like over the phone, if you didn't see me, you'll be thinking like, like off rip before you even get to know me, before you know anything else about me, you categorize me by a high number on the scale because I do weigh 215 and I'm dark skinned. But if I would have said,
I would ask more questions and hopefully you would explain more.
why though? Why you want to ask more? Why you just can't vibe with what I said though?
And then you more about the intellectual part.
Yeah, but that's not information to begin with.
But if you more about
Or
and they changed my mind. It's like, yo, what else was I gonna say? Everybody has. It's okay to have your preference. Everybody has their preference. You get what I'm saying? But when, damn, I lost my train of thought.
See, well then you gotta go.
Okay, well I'm on my train of thought. Wait, I got another question for you, Webb. So, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because y'all was kind of like freezing up a little bit. So, on the flip side, Webb, if I would have been like, oh, I'm 5'5", I'm about $165, light skin with brown eyes and long hair, you wouldn't have had nothing else to ask me. You would have been like, when can we link?
No. Say it again. You said what?
If I was about 5'5", $165, light skin, brown eyes.
See, now the description you gave had one, more details.
Okay, and so two, add long hair to the dark skin one. I could say word to my life, you would have thought it was a weave, just because I was dark skinned.
No, I wouldn't have. I really wouldn't have. I would have thought it was a weave no matter what, girl. But I wouldn't have just thought it was a weave. It was a dark skin chick.
Because people think that about me. They think because I'm a dark skinned girl.
Huh?
People think that about me because I'm a dark skinned girl with long hair.
Here, everybody thinks that it's fake. People always ask her if it's weave.
It's a weave.
It's like you black, you cannot have a long.
That's the major stereotype. Like, can I ask you an honest question, Webb? Like, when you first saw me, did you think my hair was real, or did you just think it was just an everyday weave that normal girls wear?
I didn't think about it. I did not think about it. I didn't. I really didn't.
Got one eye on you, Webb.
One eye.
I didn't think about. All right, wait. You don't wear like it don't look like anything on you fake. You get what I'm saying? It don't like you wear eyelashes. It don't look like you wear like makeup or nothing like that. So I wouldn't have thought nothing like that.
But I do like that stuff because when I go out, I put all of that stuff on. I like lashes and makeup and lip gloss and all. I do. I like that stuff.
I've seen you natural every time, so I wouldn't have thought anything was fake. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't think that.
It's an everyday thing. Because
some people like to wear it all the time,
right?
Because they need it.
Or
now, see, you ain't. That was shade. You ain't have to throw that in there.
For real, you ain't even have to.
That was shade. You ain't have to throw that in there.
You ain't have to. Some people do know, but some people use it too, just for like they might have their insecurities and they might wear it. Like some people do use makeup for that. Like people have tried to tell, like I like to wear makeup when I go out once in a while when I'm not heavy into it. And people will try to get me to wear makeup or like to cover up my blemishes. Like, no, I love me. I'm pretty, and it's not to say like makeup is not fun. It is fun. I'm not judging anybody, but you know, sometimes it's only for special occasions, and for others, it's what they put on daily. It might make them feel good. It might give them that self-love. Like, we can't judge them if they want to wear the makeup the way that they want to wear it. That's stereotyping. That's stereotyping. You can't. Why? Let me read some of these comments, because wait. Hey, Auntie. So, hold on. Let's go through some of these comments. So, Nate said he's an on-site person. He needs to see you before he can say yes or no. Bonnie said men are visual and they create a picture in their heads based on what they know.
Yes, that is true, Bonnie.
Yes. Nate said that I guess when you was talking about the dark skinned chick, it was too vague of a picture.
It was too vague of a picture. Thank you, Nate.
Oh God. And then Kyle said, he said, I'm joking, but to be honest, if we can't be friends first, then it's over for anything else. It doesn't matter how you look. I like that.
That's the smart way to go about it.
I like that. It said friendships matter. And my cousin said, nah, I got beautiful black women in my family with beautiful long hair, and I can tell. That's right, cuz. All right, that's right. I don't got my ring, but it's all
right. That's your hair.
Right, for real. So okay, we talking about preferences. Everybody have their preferences, but it seems like the men up here trying to act like they don't have preferences. Y'all definitely cannot say that because I swear. Hi, Shantae. Sorry, not me. It's another person named Shantae. Hi. So y'all men have preferences. Do not tell me that. And I got so many male friends that I mean, y'all have preferences, but a lot of times it don't matter. It don't matter. I think it depends on the situation. Like if you're trying to be with that person, if you're just trying to sleep with them, because a lot of times if you're just trying to sleep with that girl, the preference is out the window. Like it won't even matter.
I think there's no preference when the man is just trying to sleep with a woman. No,
yeah,
I think they have preferences once she becomes someone serious.
Mm-hmm. That has more to do with one, looks, and the type of image the girl portrays.
If you just want to, what you mean as far as just sleeping with them?
As far as just sleeping with them, and.
Okay, go ahead. Explain when you say image that she portrays.
Like that's the thing. I'm gonna say this, and then I feel like women don't like to be accountable for this kind of thing, because then they make it seem like men are blaming women for like they turn it like rape conversations and stuff, and that's not at all what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
So
but like
disclaimer, that's not what he's saying.
You know what I mean? Like not situations that's that extreme. What I'm saying is like women, they say that they do it for themselves, and sometimes women do go out and look good for themselves, but looking good, there's a certain type of energy, like being exuded, and dudes pick up on it because we're men who are attracted to women, women are attracted. It's you know what I mean? It's more of I think it's more of a chemical reaction. But it's like you come on to a chick that's putting it out there, so to speak, and that's more of a chick that you just want to sleep with, and that's it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Then you got chicks where there's some chicks where you tend to just hit it because they look good, and then you fall for them. And that's another conversation. You know what I'm saying? Then there's chicks where you plan on, this is a chick I want, a chick I like, a chick that I want to pursue and I want to do something with, and then you know what I mean? And then
but what does that chick normally look like?
Depends on the dude. It depends. I think at that point in a man's life, it's beyond a looks thing.
When it's somebody that you really want to be with.
Yeah, when somebody really, really want to be there. She could look good.
So you think that's how most men think, or are you speaking for yourself?
I think that most men think that way, but the way it
plays out doesn't look like that. Really look like but okay, so what about the men that been trying to get and maybe just on a sexual level, not even trying a relationship, but where do you fit that at? Where the man that year after year being persistent, trying to get with that same girl over and over again just to get what she got? Like, where do you kind of?
You know what it is? I don't know.
I feel like it's a challenge for y'all fellas. Kia, you think so?
I think it's like
what's that?
You think it's a challenge that's why dudes like when they be persistent, like for years, they'll keep trying to get you, like even if you tell them no.
I think it's a dude that actually likes the girl. But then, listen, he liked the girl and he wanted to get her and he wanted, not to the level where like he want to pursue her and make a life with her, but he liked her. You know what I mean? Enough that he wanted to talk to her and she turned him down. And then it does become like a challenge. But then after getting what it is you about to sound, it's gonna sound like some
tell the truth, man. Tell the truth.
Sometimes after, because not all women is like this. After getting what you want, or not what you want, but after achieving the goal, which is getting the draws. Who that laughing? Somebody laughing.
I don't know about it.
He on his own. Don't desert me now, brother. Don't desert me now.
No, finish explaining. We want to hear this right here.
It falls off.
Yes.
Like the interest, not that the interest isn't there no more, but like the situation becomes
Jesus.
Just like I always say, the situation becomes stressful, becomes an annoyance because it now changes. It changes a lot.
Because now you got what you want. So Alyssa said, hi, Alyssa. Let me see. She said, I'm looking on two different electronics. Sorry. She said, some men claim that the chase fulfills a thrill for them. That's how I feel.
Think that's true.
And
that's true.
She said, Webb, Shantae says she's offended that you are styling a woman as a chick. Yes, we are women, we are queens. You call us that. So, what?
It's not. Somebody claimed that the chase,
No, and then they said, I am more disappointed with a woman settling with a man that label a woman as a chick. Why do you feel that way, Shantae? She said, just stop talking, Web. Why do you feel that way? And then Miles said, the thrill of the hunt, he said, LOL. Sometimes it's the thought and knowing that she's resistance, and maybe he wants to know what's all the hype about.
That'd be a thing too. He called those circle birds.
So y'all got circle birds.
Yeah, that's something new.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know. I never heard of that.
I never in my
circle bird. That's a chick that be loving the crew. That be,
So guys get a thrill out of chasing the girls that be loving the crew, or do guys kind of go towards a girl where they've heard nothing about her?
Depends on the dude. Some dudes like to chase, you know what I mean? Chase what they know. Some dudes like to chase something different. It's a conquer. They like to conquer. Conquer.
So Mrs. J said, so you're saying the poem determines if you'll pursue her? Because that's what she's understanding. That's what she's getting from you. And Misha said a thought. I think that's what she was calling people, the circle.
Oh, a thought, yeah. Certain chicks. That would determine if you want to pursue her. Not all chicks.
But a lot of men that I think it's more about the thrill when it comes to men. A man, like, cause it's like, yo, like you said, as soon as if they get it, and when they do, it's like you said, the thrill and the whole thing is kind of like, okay, next. But it's crazy that y'all mindset would be to pursue a chick for so long just so you could say or experience her stuff. Like the power of the poem is
some dudes, that's their claim to being a man. Y'all know that as women. So it's like that's what they sleep with women. That's how they project their manhood. You know what I mean? Some dudes work.
Is that a form of insecurity, you think?
It probably stems from like mommy issues or daddy issues or something. You know what I mean? Like it probably has to do with insecurities, but it's just some dudes. Not all men are like that.
Okay. Miles said, no loving the crew, but loving herself. Shantae said,
that's because we are
right. Shantae said, because we are queens, we should never settle for less. Misha said, that's very sad. And Miles said, some men can't handle the reality of a woman being self-sufficient and independent. Some men can't handle the act that some women keep their options open.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Miles. Misha, what's very sad? What Webb's saying, right?
What like, Webb saying, right?
For somebody for all those years.
I'm not saying I will. You asked about somebody that does that. I'm trying to explain why dudes are probably do that. I wouldn't do no shit like that.
What's up, Wonders? Wonders said sloppy seconds was for high school.
But it was a time where it was a thing.
It was a time where it was a thing? Like you had to have that?
Not you had to have it, but it was a thing.
So Webb, let me ask you a question, Webb, because you're the guy on the live, and the guys that's on here can hear this.
They are chiming in.
Y'all see this?
So what?
Right, but the guys on here can elaborate too. So I'm talking to you right now, Webb, and all the guys on this live, y'all can chime in and answer this too. So the girls that's on social media, that's half naked, that's posting pictures, showing their stuff, do y'all consider them as thoughts? Like Misha used the word thought. Do y'all consider that a thought? Is that somebody you would run to first? Or do you run to the average girl who can still get as many likes with a sweatsuit on and not with her butt hanging out or whatever? And do y'all consider that type of girl the wifey material, the girl that I want?
Doesn't matter how she's dressing.
Right.
Me
Like
personally,
her image. Like, does her image matter?
yes, but it's much deeper than just being. For me personally, I'm not on this one. I'm not about to speak for any other dudes. I'm speaking for me. Like, there's a difference between scantily being half naked and being, you know what I mean, having clothes on, but you can still look thotty with clothes on.
But what's
You
thotty?
get
What does looking thotty mean?
like just over sexualized.
Pause.
Over
Pause.
sexualized. You
What
know
does
what I mean?
looking
Over sexualized.
thotty
You out
means?
there,
Guys, chime in. What does looking thotty
For
means?
real,
What does that mean?
that's a stereo. Let's see this. Let's hear these
Because
stereotypes.
that goes back into the stereotype.
So,
be look over sexualized.
Uno said it depends on the eyes.
It depends on the eyes. It depends on the lips. It depends on poses. It depends on a lot of things.
That goes both ways. Nate said yes, it does.
It depends on a whole lot of things.
Nope, because he don't know them. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you can see it. How can you see it, Uno? Tell us.
Who said that?
I'm trying to get some insight.
Speak on
How
that,
can you see, even if a woman is dressed up? Is it the hold on? Is it the energy that she's giving off that you could be mistaken that she's like lusting after you and stuff like that, or is it something else that lets y'all know?
You can see lust in a picture.
Hold up. Wonder said, never judge a book by its cover, but sexy is sexy. But you shouldn't have to bear it all.
You can now listen, you can be half naked and look artful. You know what I'm saying? You can be naked and look artful and not look thotty. But you can have like sweatpants on and certain things.
But what's thotty though? What's looking thotty?
So he says the way you sticking your butt out in pictures.
This is my personal, you know what I mean? Like from what I've noticed, like if you going the extra mile to look sexy in a picture, you're being thotty because now you're trying to, you know what I'm saying? You're doing it.
What is the extra mile?
Yeah, not the extra mile.
So if she like this, like extra, like all like that, that's thotty. Oh,
not everybody doing it.
All right, my picture's gonna be looking like a cardboard.
like Shantae, straight passport pictures, like.
Don't smile. Put your head down.
Right?
Y'all gonna mess yourselves.
Wait, let's see.
Yo, I just want to know.
Hold up. So let's see, because some people responded. All right. So Nate said, let's go back. He said he hate. Hold up. That's what Wonder said, and then Nate said he hates when he hates using the words hoe, thought, and tramp. Misha said, I think it all depends.
Really?
Hold on. I think he said why though. Misha said, I think it all depends on where the man is at in his life. If he is still interested in the naked girl, that's where he's going. When a man is ready to settle down, he will stay more toward the female that gives a homebody vibe or a good girl vibe. Nate said
it's gotta be that. Because she can give, like, for example, Cardi B. Cardi B doesn't give a homebody or a good girl vibe. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And people listen to the song and be like, oh, she's not wifey material, da 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 da. If I had bread, I don't have the money to wife Cardi B. But if I had it, I would wife Cardi B based on the fact that she has her personality.
She loyal to her man.
She don't have a thotty personality.
She does have a thotty personality, but she also has like a real down to earth personality. She's funny.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
You know what I mean? Yeah. She has a lot of characteristics outside of just the thottiness. That's like a.
So you wouldn't mind her being naked and so it just wouldn't matter, like just so that. She acts like that in a camera. You don't know how she really is behind closed doors.
I don't know how she is behind closed doors, but you know what I mean? I'm just judging from my interviews and, you know what I mean, from my perception of what I've seen. Making up. Well, what words am I making up?
Yup. Shantae said, hold up.
What words did I make up?
Nate said, no. She said, I believe it's the person's perception of what they believe is sexy. Uno said, right.
The picture or the person looking at the picture?
Uno said, right. I'm very visual. It can't be unnatural. Alyssa said, some of the worst hoes can be fully dressed in the church.
Thank you.
Some of us females can flaunt just because we know we look good, in my opinion. Exactly. So Shantae said, look artful. Like, She's saying boy body you.
Wonders like you know they take pictures naked and do art and
no. So you know.
I don't know how to do art in the picture.
Like if a woman goes on like a photo shoot
and she want to take pictures of herself,
that's just like naked front, but like posing and.
But that's something that's a private thing, and that might be just for her. Tiffany said, guys don't realize they are lusting. This all started when Eve at the Apple, dudes started seeing everything. You definitely can't judge a book by its cover. Because
women be lusting more than men. That's an untold thing. Y'all women lust way more than men. Way more than us.
Please give me your theories. You gotta back it up.
Gray sweatpants.
That's out of all the years and
that's one, but Web, that's one thing. That's one thing we got to look at though.
I'm not done yet, beards. Dudes that's in shape and lift what y'all come on now. Y'all are y'all serious? Women don't find these things attractive. This is what
I like beards. I do.
I like beards, but I don't care too much for the like diesel. Like, first of all, no.
So what are you into?
My preference? Honestly, like physically. Well, when I was like younger, I felt like
y'all acting like things y'all don't see.
No, when I was younger.
Not to cut you off. What did y'all say? Women know that who they gonna have sex with.
Oh yeah, we said that. If we want, yeah, we automatically gonna know. That don't mean that we're lusting. No, it's not. That's not lusting.
Because you don't know nothing about the dude, but you know you want to sleep with him. That's lust.
No.
That's exactly how you see half.
No, it's not. That's like you know, it's what you said earlier. You see how you said like if we see a guy that might have like a deformed head or like you know his eye.
Y'all know y'all not gonna want to sleep with him.
But it don't even gotta just do with sex. We know that we're not gonna talk to him at all. It doesn't just have to be on a sexual thing. We just know like for the most part we probably gonna say.
Because he's not attractive.
Well, to that person.
If you see somebody that's attractive, you know by the way you want to sleep with, that's lust.
And you want to talk about gray sweatpants, y'all got way more stuff on us that y'all could lust over. Gray sweatpants, beards. A lot of women, some women don't like the muscular type of guys. Like,
no, some women like the skinny dudes. Some women like fat dudes. It's all lusting over something. No. It's thinking about it in a sexual manner. Come on, man. Y'all not about to sit here.
No, but you trying to say women lust more when y'all the ones that... Hold on. How do women lust more when y'all the ones that will chase us for years just to get the home? I'm not chasing no man for years just to get his stuff. It's too many men out here doing that.
That's fine.
But so how you trying to say?
Y'all lust way more than
Kia, what do you think?
That they no. No.
Kia with me.
It's just men are expected to make the first move.
Nah,
but women lust over men way more. Are y'all serious?
Men aren't always expected.
Ladies, chime in, please. Fellas, chime in, please. Cause y'all, are y'all serious?
Shantae said, lies what wonders? What's lies wonders? What's lies?
What?
Oh, Shantae said we use our sexual attraction to have guys drool.
Who said that? Shantae? Shantae said that?
Yeah, she said we use our sexual attraction to have guys drooling. Bonnie said it's primal and human nature with women to know if we want you. We not acting all crazy hunting down.
Because that's not y'all place to do. That's our place to do that. And that's why when women do that kind of thing, we call them thotty. Those are women that don't get respect because you're doing too much.
The ones that try to
but then again, some dudes like that. Some dudes like a woman that's aggressive and comes on to... But you don't want to come on to every dude you come across.
Right.
That's thotty. You know what I'm saying? But some dudes like the aggressive females. Some females don't want to.
Yeah, I'm about to say you can't say all men. Some
females want sex, but they don't want to make the first move. They want the man to come on to them. And then that's a conflict of interest. That's lustful nature that they're trying to hide behind. That's a problem. Because why not just say what's on your mind? Come on and say it. Like,
I'm looking at the comments. I'm sorry.
Big lusty dusty talk to Wonders.
Wonders said, "I know women that be
big lusty dusty."
Wonders, you know what?
No.
Wonders. I'm on my way to your house, Wonders. You better stop it. I'm on my way, Wonders.
That's a preference.
Hold up. She said, guys. Tiffany said, guys will look at your feet and go crazy.
That is a preference.
They be like, oh, you got such pretty lips, but that's because they trying to see if you could. They be looking at something.
Y'all do the same thing. Y'all don't look at men's lips and be like, oh, I bet he can.
No, I don't.
I bet he could
I
grow a
do.
beard with me. That's I
I
think I'll be
know.
thinking that.
Well, you could be looking at his beard like, about to soak that. Sorry, let me shut up. Yeah.
Look at you.
So, shut up. So, now, when it comes to, we talked about preference a lot. Let's get into the whole little, like, let's talk about, we ain't skipping it. Nah, ain't no that stuff. You trying to say that women are more lustful. Okay, whatever. But guess what? Women, it's something like that too. But women can flirt all day with you and never ever give you none. Like,
that's
so,
true.
All right then. So is that? True. So hold on. So if a woman,
that's not lustful nature. That's just playing the game.
Is that being called a thought? Because
that's being called a tease. Because now you talking and then you leading them on.
But what if you not even? What if you this is flirting?
Then you know that you're having fun with the flirting. So you enjoying the game.
Okay. But you can't be really labeled as nothing.
So you can't be mad at you. No, you're a tease. But you can't.
But you can't never say you're a thought. Like they can enjoy the game of trying.
That's dudes that's mad they're not getting it. That's calling them a thought.
Okay.
Because they watching them give it to other dudes.
Yeah, they be like, how am I getting that? Like, hold up. How you messing with him and you ain't messing with me?
That's a hater. That's a hater.
And it be their own boys. They all be hating on each other. So men too, yo. Y'all want to get into that. I got so many male friends. Man, listen. Nah.
We hate each other all the time.
Right, Misha said that's crazy. That's just my natural lingo. Me too. Like, it don't mean nothing. Like, if I flirt with you real quick, like, it don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean anything.
Why does it not mean nothing?
Because it ain't nothing. It's not gonna go further than what I'm gonna say to you, and that's it.
But that's the flirt. That's not how the dude is taking it. Now that's the same example as him leading a girl.
Hold on, Mrs. said it's a tease when a woman does it, but when a guy does it,
I was about to say that's the same thing as a dude leading a woman on as far as a relationship, making her think that she's gonna get a relationship, and that's not what he's doing.
No, but I wouldn't flirt with them to the point that they thinking that it's gonna be a relationship.
I know. I'm not saying that's the same. But what I'm saying is it's the same thing as flirting with them like they think they're gonna get the box and then they don't. It's the same because that's what our goal is, to get the box. Y'all goal is to get the relationship.
See, so that's why you should. I don't flirt. I don't do that because that confuses people.
Thank you.
Oh,
that's the point. Thank you, kid. That's the point.
I don't flirt. If I like you, you gonna know I like you. If I don't, and I just want you as my friend, you gonna know that too.
No, but I'm not even saying about flirting. Some people no. Okay, so let's take the word out of it, flirting. Let's take somebody from down south. Because they definitely raise different. Hold up. Listen, but you can't say that. Like, there are people. So many babies and baby mamas and baby daddies. But there's people that's naturally like that. It's not always flirting. Like, I'm a friendly person, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to say, oh, I slept with Shantae. It's just that I'm a friendly person. So if I say hi to you, I might give you a hug. That does not mean that I'm flirting with you. If you take that as me flirting with you and it never goes anywhere further. But but people don't understand that. But people don't understand that. A lot of people get flirting and being nice confused. I see a lot of men making posts. Hold up. But hold on, no. It's not only women. Listen, you know how many men I see posts saying that, oh, if I open up a door for a woman, or if I open up a door for a woman, or if I heart her post, she needs to stop thinking that I'm flirting with her or I like her. It's just an act of kindness. So how come when it comes to a woman, it's different? Because the difference is women don't feel obligated to be nice to a dude. That ain't true. You can't say all women are like that. Nah, you can't say that. For the most part, if a woman don't want to be nice to a dude, she's not going to be nice to a dude. But men have an obligation to be nice to women. Men are not always nice. I didn't say they're always nice. That's not what I said. I said we have an obligation to do that. That doesn't mean we always do it. But there's an obligation to be nice to women. Because that's our role. Okay. So there's a difference there. It still ain't no. I don't think so. So we jumped that shit. Whatever. So wait, because these comments getting popping. Well, Misha saying something to. They said, okay, so Bonnie said that's not true. She said, are you serious? I'm dead serious. What's not true? Nate, I don't know why you putting the champagne bottles, Nate. So Wonder said thanks, Kia, because it's confusing Misha. What?
What? He said Wonder said I confused Misha? Wanda said I confused Misha?
No, Misha confusing the situation, but you just clarified it for her. So
Oh.
Masha said women be carrying on sometimes. She said, and a couple of people said that. A couple of women said they're friendly and men take it as them flirting or wanting them.
Because there's a fine line, and it's not something
I literally
talk about, yo.
Okay,
give me an example. I'm not saying it's women's fault. I'm not saying that women do anything wrong. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a difference between flirting and being nice, and it gets meshed.
So give me an example of something that can be mistaken as for you being kind and friendly, but it could be mistaken.
Nice and kind and friendly as a woman, it can get.
But I'm telling you to give me an example. No.
I can't think of an example.
I could give you an example.
Go ahead.
So say for instance, if I'm at a bar and I'm already at the bar, I already got my drink, and a guy come up to me and sit down next to me. I can tell by the way he looking at me. I can tell by his conversation. I can tell by the questions he may start to ask me. Just our general conversation off rip. I can tell by the way it's going if I entertain what he got going on, and I can tell that he's feeling me. If I entertain that, I'm immediately, in my opinion, I'm flirting back with him. But if I'm not attracted to him and I don't even want to take it there with him, I have total control as the woman to control what that conversation is gonna go like. Because if he's somebody that's cute, and as soon as he walk up to me and I'm like, damn, like, ooh, he look good, and he start asking me, so who you here with, and what's your name, and what you drinking, and if I start going back and entertaining that, in his head, he probably thinking like, yeah, we vibing. But if he was a troll and just walked up to me and I just wasn't feeling nothing about him, that conversation gonna be dry as hell, and he will walk off.
Yo, Montana said that's not flirting. That's annoying.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be in the club. But okay, so listen.
Let's say a woman's working in the office.
So listen.
She's like an assistant. And you can be nice and not be flirty. But sometimes women will be flirty with their boss because they know maybe the boss finds him attractive. Maybe he give him a little leeway with things because he finds her attractive and has a little crush on her. She will use it to her advantage. You know what I'm saying? And then later on, this is not blaming the woman as you know what I mean, as being the person in the wrong. Now let's say the boss come on to her later, and she feels uncomfortable in the situation.
So you would say that she's kind of at fault for that? Is that what you're saying?
Not that she's at fault, but there has to be some accountability.
You think that she initiated something? So you think that at no point in time that a man can just be on a woman and be excessive on her, even if
no,
they
can.
Oh, okay.
But that's not what I'm saying. This situation is. I'm just saying, like, if he comes onto her one time in the office late at night, or, you know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, like he was saying, she should know what kind of energy to give him from now on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
I think we have total control. I think as the women, we have total control over those type situations.
But you know that sometimes they don't. But you know that a woman can do all of that and it still doesn't mean anything to that man. They still could just be.
If he's gonna be persistent, then she can file a complaint after that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying as an example.
Well, yeah, when it comes to women,
I'm just giving an example as when they use a flirtatious as being nice, and it can blur the line there.
Well, that's just like the girls that be half naked on social media and then get mad when the dudes be in their inbox.
Thank you.
That's what we're talking about too. They shouldn't be mad though. I mean, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
But they do get mad, and then they say, "Oh, they thirsty and they this and they that." Well, they're men and they're gonna look, and what do you expect? Right. So I just think as women,
some girls do that. Foot dudes to hop in their inbox so they can post them to show that they curving dudes.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's whack. That's whack.
Nah, that's whack. Who got time to do all of that?
Offie.
Yo,
a straight up offie.
All the time. I am not about to be doing all of that trying to prove that. Guys are jumping in my inboxes like
lusty dusties.
Lusty dusties. Wonders. Lusty dusty.
Wonders, you gotta do
Lusty dusty. Facts.
So listen, Kia, let me give you an example. I'm not gonna say no names, but one time we was chilling out where we be at, and even though you weren't flirting with that person, or you feel like you were just being nice, and the back and forth conversation between you and that person, I could tell that person took it as a flirtation move. So that's what I mean when I say like you could just be being nice. You might smile. You might have laughed at a joke that he said. And a lot of times even men take that as, oh, she's feeling me. If I'm laughing at a joke that you said, it could just be funny. You might be funny as hell. Like, I want to laugh.
No, I am funny though. No, psych.
Right, for real, right? Facts. Like,
Psych.
so I'm saying though, like, you funny. But see, men be looking at that as, oh, she want me, like, oh. And
Sometimes.
Right, sometimes.
No,
but in reality,
it's not even that. Women, no offense to the women out there.
I don't like how you just cut me up because I'm giving an example of what. No, you've been cutting me up all night. You can have your piece. You can hold it in your brain.
It's right here at the line. I can see you messing me up. Why you do that?
Nah, bro. Just go. Go ahead. Just go. Go ahead. Females need to be clear on who they're trying to attract if it's going to be publicized.
What'd you just say, Kia? Because I was just about to piggyback off of you until she messed me up. What'd you just say?
I was responding to what Shantae said. Because she
to me.
Which was?
I was saying how I was giving an example of one because you were saying that, you know, girls, even if we're just being nice and really not flirting, some men take it as that. So I was talking about one day when
the joke thing.
The joke when we were talking about joking.
It's not that just because y'all funny and the dude be like, oh, she feeling me. I was saying, no offense to women out there. Women don't be funny. And this is not just me saying this. Women don't be funny. This is not me saying this. I've heard multiple people say this.
Web.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
listen.
we getting crazy tonight. Nah.
So when a woman is actually funny, it's attractive.
Listen, you need to friend request my cousin Tyra Gordon if you're already not friends with her. Wonder's still in this live.
Hi,
Tyra, if my girl on this live, she is the funniest female you would ever meet in your life. And she cute.
I'm funny.
You are.
You are.
So,
but what I'm saying is, y'all see, yo, Uno, thank you.
Uno said he on point.
Who on point? He said Web on point?
Every woman thinks that she's
funny. Maybe
every woman thinks they're funny, but not every woman is funny. So when a woman is actually funny, dudes
You mean funny as in hilarious funny or acting funny? What you talking about?
No, I
hilarious
mean,
funny?
I mean hilarious funny. Not a lot of women.
Nah, shouts out to Tyra Gordon. If Tyra on this live, she is the funniest girl you will ever meet.
Here and Wonder said word to me, she a nutcase. And you know what I like about her? She can joke back with you because you can't say certain.
She can hang.
Like, we were talking to like that.
Yo.
But Tyra, she be down with it.
But that's the thing. Like when a chick will make a joke, she be like, "Damn, that's like, yo, it's attractive." Because you don't find that often. So dudes we gravitate towards that. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I get that.
Like that's a chick that's a chick when you go into the situation thinking more than just sex.
Right.
Now
you're thinking a little bit past sex. Like I'm
she's dope.
More than just sex. You know what I'm saying?
I find that a plus with anybody that can make you laugh. Anybody that can make you laugh, that's a major plus. Because if you with somebody and it's just silence, that's whack.
It's whack, yo.
Hey,
I used to be insecure, so I used to be silent and kind of. I used to sit and talk. Girls would try to talk to me, and I used to be mad, quiet. I couldn't talk. Worried.
What?
So, question.
I've grown past that, but it was a thing.
No, but you just see how you said like you would sit back, you had your own insecurity, so you weren't really like approaching female. How do you feel about? Because I want to know that too, man. We was talking about it a little bit earlier. How do you feel about when a female approaches you? How does that feel for men when a female? Does that make you feel like less of a man? Does that make you feel like it doesn't bother you? Does it make you feel good about?
It lets us know what y'all thinking, but it also gives us an insight to what kind of chick you are, because it depends on the approach. We putting you in a category, whether it's thotty, whether it's good girl, or homeboy. You know what I mean? Like we putting depend on the approach. That don't mean we just.
It's about to be 2021. Y'all can get bagged too.
You know what? Yeah, I got no problem with a chick coming up to me and trying.
Nate said he loved it. Nate said he loved it. No, because some men, I don't know. Some men feel like, nah, like she can't be coming to me trying to.
Because now you guys are playing hard to get the whole game.
So now that goes out the window. So
it kind of go out the window. Now you get to know the person. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to get to know you. You came up and now I want to get to know you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So women, y'all should think more about approaching fellas.
I don't have a problem with it.
The same.
But I'm not about it like chasing.
I don't have a problem with approaching. I don't like to be hooked up. Don't hook me up. Let me hook myself up.
Wonder said you a natural with the fellas, no thotty vibes. Of course, Wonders, you better not ever look at her like that. That's your sister. That's sister right
Who,
there.
me? Oh, that's bro. Yeah, he Wonders know the vibe.
And I mean, especially when you grow up around people like. When you grow up around people and you consider them family and stuff, as a man, you shouldn't be trying to get at them. Mm-hmm. I mean, niggas do it all day. No,
it happens. Because sometimes the people they like each other in the whole because they grew up and they was friends the whole time. They try to stay away from doing that kind of thing, and then eventually they're like, damn, we could have been done this. This is what we shouldn't do. You know what I mean? Right. You get older and you put all the stuff to the side and you.
Oh, Wonder, sorry. I be getting confused with Wonders be saying. He said, nah, he talking about comedy, like how funny you are. Oh. My bad, Wonders. My bad.
Oh,
I thought that's
what Wonder said, I'm funny.
Be it with the comedy. You know how to join right in.
Oh, yeah.
Nate said it's just like when you buy a woman a drink and the woman be like, I got this one. What do you mean?
Oh,
what she mean like?
To you. It's a respect thing. That's because I seen chicks talking about this a couple months back. Some girls were talking about I guess a situation like in the club with a dude buying drinks and how they don't want to do to buy them drinks because and I'm like, but women usually they'll take drinks. But if you buy your own drink, it's a respect level thing now. It's past the just she needs somebody to take care of her or get her drink. Or, you know what I mean? Like now being a boss bitch or whatever you want to call it comes into play. Like, all right, she bought. Remember, like independent woman or whatever it comes into like now we can. But you know what I mean? It's a respect level. He'll come into a respect more so than if he had to just buy you a drink and he's trying to get into your pants.
So if he buys you a drink,
your pants can still be the goal. But
I mean, it can be the goal. But what if you don't get? Well, when you drunk, men do not. I think all that's out the window when you drunk or when you. Like if they buy me a drink, but I don't be liking a man. I don't like most times when a man buy me a drink because what comes after that? They buy you a drink, then what happens, Kia?
They want your
what
number.
When they buy you a drink?
They want your number. They want to know if you got a man. They start following you. Sometimes it's not even worth it.
That's what I just said. For the most part, I like to buy my own drink.
No, I'm just saying, like, even if he buy you one, if you buy the next one after that, you buy like one for you.
First of all,
it cancels out the whole trying to chase you around and do that kind of thing.
And when I'm in a club or I'm at a party, only drinks I accept from a man in the club is if it's any one of my bros like that. Like a rando, no, because
you can't come up to me with no drinks and here this for you, Mom.
Nah, I don't even. But Shantae, I don't even want to go to the bar with them.
And you tell the bartender to give her a drink. That's what you know what I mean?
What you mean if we already standing at the bar?
Like a dude, let's say because you're saying like
if we have to drink from because you can
slip something in it.
Yeah.
So to avoid that, being a dude that's not trying to slip something in your drink, you tell a bartender, you see shorty dark skin her with the long hair. You know what I mean? I was going back to your explanation of you, but give her a drink. You know what I'm saying? And that way the bartender
better say dark skin with the long. Don't say black her over there with the yellow shirt on. Yeah, give her a shot of Henny. What? Oh no. Oh no.
Looking about $1.60 with her.
Yeah, nah. Nope. Who? Nah, we don't want that. Nah.
Bonnie said they want to hold you up all night. Yes, they do. They want to hold you up all
night.
You be like, yo, you bought me one drink, chill out. And I learned that from being younger. Now I be like, nah.
I don't even want it.
Right. It's just like it's the stuff you got to deal with just for having a man buy you a drink. It's too much.
It's too much.
You buy the drink, and now he got.
I ain't buying nothing. I don't know him.
then you mess up his whole. Not mess up his whole game. Because now if he really wants you, you'll know.
Yeah, well, that's different. Don't get me wrong. I don't mind like taking a man on a date and all of that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like I don't, like I'm not about to just buy you a drink in the club because I look at you like, oh, he look handsome. Like, let me just buy him a drink. Like, I'm not doing that. Because I don't
but
want
you know
to.
what, Shantae, that would really mess a dude up. Like Webb said, say if we at the bar and
But
you.
That's literally what I'm saying.
Yo, but I would really have to be interested in him to do something like that. Because then if it's just a sexual thing,
it can change your whole life. Then you get to write a whole book about the glass. The glass that changed.
Nate called you chocolate bar shorty right there.
Chocolate bar shorty at the end, right? You see her?
All right, so let's talk a little bit about colorism because that's a lot that we deal with within our own community, our own people. Yeah, that's hot, but we got to talk about it because it's real. Like,
I was gonna to segue from preference into colorism. I was gonna bring up earlier. We was talking about having preference towards dark skin or light skin. Mm-hmm. Now, how do y'all feel as women if a black man had a preference towards white women?
I personally don't care.
Shantae, look at Shantae. Shantae care. She care. She care.
No.
Like for real, Webb. Like when I see that,
got a lot to say about a black dude that like white women. You know
but listen, when I see that, because I see it all the time. Like if I'm at the mall or airport or wherever, I don't think any less of the black woman that I am when I see it. But having conversation, no, I can't even say I had a conversation with a black man who's actually said that to me to my face. I've seen like on social media or on TV shows where black men who only date white women say because they know how to listen and they shut up and they do this and they do that. That's what pissed me off because we got some righteous black women too who really got our stuff together. But if you a black man and you just so happen to find love with a white woman, go ahead. Go skiing with the snow bunny. Who cares?
Right, but don't go in the, like you said, they listen more or
right. But don't label them. Don't say you with them because they're better than us.
What if it's a truth to it? Because y'all say a lot about men and about the differences in men and how men treat dark skinned dudes, how dark skinned dudes treat.
Listen, Webb, I don't care how much. I don't care how much I've gone through with a black man. I would never belittle him to date a white man. I would never be that sick of a black man to date a white man.
Say that one more time, Kia.
I will get dogged until I'm 6 feet deep. That'll never make me turn my back on a black man. And not saying that I'm racist against white men, no. But
what makes you say that? Because women say that all the time. Black women can say that, and I get it. That's the thing that women can say. You know what I mean? I understand it, but that don't make it a thing amongst black women. You get what I'm saying? Like,
and see, for me, I don't know if this. I don't know if this is being a stereotype or not. I don't know. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. But I know for me, why I've never been attracted to a white man because I'm so attracted to the ethnicity of how we come as a people. Like I like rap music and I like trap music and I like talking slang and I can be proper too when I want to. And I like having cookouts with all the family and not saying that white people don't do that too. But if I had a white boyfriend and bought him to OT where my family be at, he'd be biting his nails. He'd make me feel uncomfortable. Now I'm gonna want you to go home. That's just my preference.
Trying to be down. I wouldn't personally date outside of my race, not just because they're black men, but just on a history level of all the things that we as black people have been through. Like, I don't care. I don't care how much, what I've been through with a black man, what relationship I've been in with them, and if it didn't work out right, guess what? I still have love for my black man. I'm not going to go outside of my race and just date somebody else. A lot of it has to do with the history and the way that we've been treated. And I'm not saying that everybody, all white people act like that because I got white people in my family too, but I'm not gonna date outside my race. That's just my preference. Like it's and like Kia says, she likes the ethnicity of who we are as a people.
I do.
No, but the other answer.
We didn't answer it.
What about a black man that prefer that with that
who
have a preference for white women?
So
I thought I answered it. I didn't answer it.
Let me read some of these comments because people are maybe they agree with what I'm saying. Hold up, cause Antoine, what's up? Brew wait, what is it? Hebrew Beats, I think. I don't know how. I know he changed it. Yeah, Hebrew Beats trap. He said black men that date white women for those reasons are weak men. Hold up. Uno said we going back to Willie Lynch, and then my girl Tiana said it means that he is probably too weak for a black
and this is what
woman.
black women say. They
But
say that it's a
man just said that.
A man, that's a black man said it too, but that doesn't make it a fact. Now let me see, because what also fact, not to say that it's not a fact. What also factors into it is what black men say about it. About, you know what I mean? Them being under, and it's not more so that is that black women are problematic, because it comes problematic women come in all shit.
I was gonna say that colors, races, backgrounds doesn't matter.
It's because of trauma. It just happens that black people have experienced trauma more so than any other race. You know what I'm saying? So it presents itself more so in black women. The stubbornness and the bullheadedness. You know what I mean? Like what we say is a problem. It's not a problem. It's not. It's a strength. It really is. You know what I'm saying? But we also deal with a lot of stuff as black men. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't make us weak. It's just we have to come to an understanding where y'all understand us the way that we try to and intend to understand y'all.
So you trying to say that they can understand y'all more? How can a white woman? No, I'm not. No offense.
Because
but how can a white woman understand you more than a black woman?
They understand mental health more. They don't understand a black man more. They understand mental health more. So they act in a way that's more not cushioning towards it, but they act in a way that can help with healing.
No, I disagree.
So you trying to say that?
Not because some be racist. No, they do. I'm telling you, from me as a black man, speaking with other black men that have dated white women and having white women that I know as friends. You get what I'm saying? And them dealing with black men. Like I watched this and I picked this up. It's a difference in how they deal with a dude that's not what black women are attracted to. Was not the, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say the alpha male, but a male that black women are attracted to, a black male that black women are attracted to. Because let's be honest, black women aren't attracted to all black males. As much as they say that they love black males, they're not attracted to all black males, like I was saying at the beginning.
Thank you, Wonder. She said, "Web, shut your ass up."
It's the truth, and it's something that people don't, because it's the same thing.
He said, "But hold on." Uno said, "But it's forced," and then. Hold up.
It is a force thing that comes from the Willie Lynch syndrome. It's a force thing that comes from slavery, that comes from colorism.
Right, we know that. So, you know knowing that
but
our black...
it's a better dealer with it until you piss them off and they turn into a Karen. But before you get to that state, it's a better dealing with the thing because of black women. I'm telling you.
I ain't trying to hear that.
Black women don't, not to say that black women don't understand it, I think a lot of people don't understand mental health. The way it should be understood. You
maybe I can agree with you that.
That's why black men treat.
But that's not a reason. But that's not a reason to go that way. So I can understand when you say the black community plays around with mental health so much they think it's nothing. I agree with that. We need to be more educated on it. More of us deal with it than we know of, or even think about, or even speak about. I agree with that. But okay, but that. For you to say that's your excuse as to why
it's not an excuse. It's
they slip over because white women understand them more.
It's the same thing, like a difference between the white women. Be like, what's the difference between Spanish woman attitude and black woman attitude? There's a difference, but it's because there's different trauma.
Kyla said we don't understand. We understand mental health. We don't understand why some black men don't believe in mental health. Exactly.
Because it's not what we've been taught. As the black community, it's not something that's been taught to us. Mm-hmm. Black women get more opportunities than black men to learn, to go to school, to go to college, to learn, you know what I mean? To get jobs in the workforce, to learn these kind of things. Black men don't know these kind of things because they don't get opportunities to learn these kind of things.
Black men don't have opportunities?
Not the way black women get opportunities, hell no.
Let me tell you how a man from let me tell you how these days a man that get out of prison could be doing way better than a black woman or anybody living out here.
Time to think about what the fuck he done wrong.
No, but what I'm talking about is the services and stuff that they get now. It's a little bit different. Men got a little bit more stuff going on. You can't just say that men don't have.
Nowhere near as much.
They don't use them. They choose not to tap into them. and a lot of men choose not to tap into those services.
We don't get as much services as women do, and it's because the system is set that way.
All right, let me read some of these comments. So Bonnie said, wow. She said they understand or they pacify it. Many white women aren't aware of half the trauma, but maybe they handle you gentler. You know, but
they handle trauma differently.
But being more aware of mental health, no. Tiffany said, people make you want to date outside of your race sometimes. For some people, opposites attract, but we just can't think every black person and every white person is bad. It's not just for some. And Webb said, my sister's cousin mother. He said, my sister is my cousin's my mother is your sister, your sister-in-law. All deal with mental
they
illness.
They do, and to be honest, I'm not even trying to throw them under the bus, but they don't even be understanding it to the extent that it needs to be understood. And I get into it with them all the time about it. All the time. Because I'm like, yo, I be explaining something, and they have to come back to me later and be like, yo, I learned da-da-da-da, and this is what I was saying in this situation.
So you think,
in this situation, I gotta break it down to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say, because they're smart women. You know what I mean? But sometimes not even they understand it to the level it's supposed to be understood. Because I don't think it's taught properly in schools. You gotta go through trauma and want to fix your trauma and understand your trauma.
So a white woman makes it better for you?
No, I'm just saying.
But you saying that they understand more?
They treat you different. They treat black men different with it. This is what black men have said. Even Spanish women. Women treat them different with it. You get what I'm saying? Because black women, I'm not saying that black women don't know how to handle it. It's the trauma. Women that are traumatized don't know how to handle it.
Every race of women has been traumatized.
So even a really traumatized Spanish woman, you're going to have a difficult time with her. You're going to have somebody that want to argue that don't listen to that. You're going to have all the same problems. Mm-hmm. A really traumatized white woman, you're going to have the same problems. A really traumatized Asian woman, you're going to have the same problems.
So why, but you're saying that, but you're saying that a white woman knows how to handle that trauma better?
People have dealt with less trauma since slavery than we have.
So they know. So why aren't you with a white woman?
I don't want to be with a white woman. I'm not trying to defend you.
All right, let me
explain to y'all why it happened.
And no, we're not. None of us.
That's why
disclaimer. Hold on. Let me just do a disclaimer real quick. We are not racist. None of us are racist up here. These are just our thoughts. This is what we feel. This is just everyone speaking. So I do want to say that. It's just a conversation. Oh yeah, it's research, of course. You know but I'm just saying when we say white woman, white man, stuff like that. So Trap said, he said, sorry, Kane, but once you find out the struggle and know that we are in captivity, then tap into the reasons why. Hold on, but he's not agreeing with you. Then you will love the black woman more because you will understand she has been traumatized 10 times more than a white woman. The American dream is for the whites, not us.
Exactly. And
but you're saying
that's why white women deal with a traumatized black man better than a traumatized black woman is going to deal with a traumatized black man because it's going to clash.
What if y'all work together to get through y'all trauma?
If you work together, that's different. But that's not.
How does someone who doesn't have the same trauma understand our trauma better?
You have to understand. They don't understand our trauma better. They understand trauma better because they don't deal with it. They get mental health. They learn about these kind of things. We don't. The system is set this way so we don't learn about these things.
So Webb, let me ask you. So Webb, do you think a white woman can tell you what it's like to be a black man?
No, a white woman could never tell a black man what it's like to be a black man.
So how can she be more understanding then?
Because she can sympathize with your pain as far as dealing with the white patriarchy. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
As far as dealing with the white patriarchy, not as far as being black, but as far as dealing with the white patriarchy, she can understand. You get what I'm saying? And that's just what happens. So it's more of an understanding. Not that they understand black men more than black women. Because y'all are hearing what I'm saying completely wrong.
That's not what exactly.
Exactly what? He agreed with Webb?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it stems from, they haven't been through as much trauma.
My said I went to trauma screen. Yes, we have. Webb, you just said you agree with Hebrew Beats when he just said that black women are traumatized 10 times more than you, but you just agree
than white women. He said that they're traumatized 10 times more than white women. That's what I'm saying. White women don't go through the trauma, so they deal with it better. Someone who isn't traumatized is going to deal because they're not taking it personal.
So my test said white people know how to navigate the white world, but not necessarily from a black perspective.
But they listen.
So that's the whole thing.
They listen. And they respond based on the listening.
So
because
you saying that black women don't listen?
The pain about them, and that's what trauma does.
Because it's not their pain.
Listen to what I'm saying. It's not their pain, but that's the thing. With trauma, when we're in a relationship, when two black people are in a relationship, we make each other's trauma about ourselves, and that's what forces them. That's why women feel the way they feel about men, and men feel the way they feel about women, because we've dealt with so much trauma.
So is this all around the board, or just black women and black men?
No, this is trauma.
Oh, okay.
So what do you say when you see a black woman with a white man versus a black man with a white woman? When you see a black girl in the mall with her white boyfriend, what's the first thing come to your head?
The first thing comes to my head, I watch, because I don't say anything first. I watch the interactions. I watch the energy exchange. Then I know, okay, what kind of situation is. Not to say
do you think, oh, she running all over him because they're more understanding? I know she giving him attitude and he just deal with it. Is that what you think?
No, because that's what I'm saying. I watch the exchange. If I see her giving him attitude and him just dealing with it, then I think that.
No, but you don't see nothing. You just see them. You don't see nothing. You don't see no behavior. You just see a black girl with a white boy man, and side by side, holding hands, not talking, nothing. What do you think?
Me personally, I look at his demeanor. I look at what kind of white boy it is. If it's a preppy white boy or if it's a hood-looking white boy, then I'll be like, I see why she like him.
Why? Why does she like him?
Because black chicks be in the hood white dudes. You know what I'm saying? They be in the hood white dudes. Not all the time, but they like the hood white dudes because you know what I mean? That's just what they like. Anyway, that's what I noticed. But I'm like, I be like, I see why she like him, and I keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
So what if he's the corny Clark Kent? Like, what if you see that?
I'll be like, that's a weird pair. And I'm saying what I do personally. I'll be like, if it's like a hood chick and a preppy looking dude.
Why is it weird though?
Why?
But it's not weird when a black man dates a white woman that's preppy.
No. I'm not saying that's not weird. I'm not saying that's not. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying that.
Yo, they want you to log off. They said they got.
I don't care what they want.
Wait, hold on. Yo, Wonders is dumb. He ain't hitting that right. So Uno said my sister was with a white man. She's super lost.
Because it all stems from the Willie Lynch thing. You get what I'm saying?
But why is it okay for you to sit there and say, I understand what you're saying now, but I listen to your perspective. That's how you saying that white women, they listen more, they can understand trauma more.
Black dude and a crappy white girl, then I'll be like, she like niggas.
So what about the white girls that's like that act hood or that's
they also like niggas?
So that's what you're gonna get out of that. But if you see a black woman with a white man, you're gonna say that's a weird couple because he's preppy and she's hood.
And that would be my first thought. Yeah. Wow. Because it's not what black women go for.
Wow. Yo, you better Uno said watch Get Out. For real. That
facts.
Watch
is that what
y'all
go for? Y'all go for the nerd? No.
Yo, it doesn't even matter. You're telling us that a white woman understands the trauma better.
I'm not saying that.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is,
because that's what we all getting.
What I'm saying is, white people don't go through trauma the way we go through trauma.
Yeah.
So when we're dealing with trauma, we don't know how to deal with one another. We make it about ourselves.
Okay.
They don't do that.
Dating a white person does what?
They listen.
So right? They listen.
Not just white people, because the Spanish women too is other races because it's not the same trauma.
But everybody has some type of trauma. So because it's different. So hold on. So you saying that?
You're gonna get in arguments all the time.
So you're saying that if I'm a white woman and I have different traumas from you being a black man, then you're traumatized too from different stuff, and we come together, you're trying to tell me that there's not going to be any arguments or the trauma is not going to come into play?
There'd be more of a sense of trying to work it out.
Oh, that's what you feel. Wow, guys. Okay, this is how Webb feels. I can't even get mad.
There'll be more of a, you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
black people are trying to work it out, but not right. It don't happen like what I'm saying is a false thing. Come on now. You know what I'm saying is real.
That's how you feel. That's how you feel.
No, I know black women.
So we gonna have a white wife.
I know black women.
What are we not? What are we not admitting to? You know what the problem is? It's what Kia said. earlier. One that said they got big degrees. And she said, too many men are forced to be strong too fast by their black mother. So our men tend to run to what appears easier. He's okay. We already read what Trap B said. Get off the air. So every other race is more equipped to handle black men than black women.
That's
basically,
not what I said.
that's what it kind of feel like you're saying. Kia, hold on, Kia, you with us? What do you hear Web saying about what we're talking about? What do you get from it?
I think Web, my opinion of what you're saying is that the reason why black men end up with white women is because they're better listeners, and
I'm gonna punch.
We're not, kind of like.
But it's not that.
And like whoever said in the comments, I don't know whoever said it. Like they're easier.
Yes.
As a black woman, that's what I'm receiving of what you're saying.
So because it's easier for you, that's what you're gonna run to.
That's what you run to. Because me as a black woman, like, I'm a listener. I'm a compromiser. You don't have to run. You don't have to run away from me. And my skin ain't damn sure got to be light for you to do that.
That point, or were you like that always? Were you like that in your teens and your 20s, or it took you a while to get to that point to learn that this is the proper way to go about being in relationships?
No, I had to become an adult to realize that.
Okay, so it wasn't something that you know what I mean? It was something that you had to learn along the way.
Right.
Which is a thing amongst a lot of people. That you know what I mean? It's not something that you know right away. But if you do know that right away, which is what I'm saying with white, not to say that white people know it right away, but someone who is less traumatized is not going to have so many blockages in the way emotionally. You know what I'm saying?
When I see.
So it's easier in a sense, but not easier to where like, oh, we can just run all over them. It's easier in a sense as far as dealing with the trauma and trying to heal yourself as a black person, as a black man. You know
like when I see it,
women with white men alike.
When I see a black woman with a white man, I swear to God, I try my hardest to give her, as the black woman, the benefit of the doubt to think that she couldn't have possibly been dogged that much in her life to end up with a white man. I honestly want to believe that's just somebody she fell in love with.
Yeah, I don't believe that it's because she's been dogged out. I never think that. I don't ever think that when I see a black woman and a white dude. You know what I mean? I never think that.
Yo, Web.
I look at them and I see I'm like, oh, I see why they like each other, or that's a weird couple. But I never think that, oh, she been dogged out by black dudes, so she ran to a white dude. I never think that.
It's sad when a lot, hold on.
I think much deeper than that about a lot of things.
I wish I could look at these comments a different way.
No, I ain't gonna front though. It do look funny. Like when you're in a public place, like such as a mall, and you see a white man and you see him with a dark-skinned, pretty black girl, you be like, damn, where he meet her at?
They like really, really chocolate. Like they attracted to the melanin. Well,
I know me. Like I've caught myself staring a couple times. Like, yo, like, okay, I see you.
There's also
if it's pure love, I guess to each his own. But it becomes a problem when, like earlier, like these are the reasons why you prefer to date a white woman. It's like in a way you're putting the black woman down by saying this is why we gotta go towards this route. This is why we gotta go, and just instead of just saying this is what I prefer. This is my preference, and that's that. It always, a lot of time, it turns into, even with women, but it turns,
men have been saying that.
Larry said, he's saying white women are voluntary throat goats.
Yeah.
He said that white women love black men's like body parts. So
that's what I'm about to say. There's an ownership aspect that stems from slavery. You know what I'm saying? On both ends of it. You got the black woman that dealt with white men that was like the bedwench at the time. She was probably like the house slave who got really, really good treatment and was sleeping with master. Right. She wasn't raping her. You know what I'm saying? Right. Then you got your the white woman who's not getting attention from her husband now, because black women having voluptuous bodies, it was attractive to the white men. They watch them dance and gyrate. You know what I mean? It's turning them on. So they want to sleep with these women. Now they're not giving their wives attention. So now the wives are coming to sleep with the Mandingo warriors. You know what I'm saying? They coming to get they come to please themselves. You know what I'm saying? But they know it's gonna piss off their husband too. So that's how you get a lot of white girls that like to defy their parents
and date a black men just to do. But see, that's not okay. Then you just using, you just doing it because instead of you saying.
But it's all psych. It's all psychology. It's all like a psychology.
Well, you know what? One of my professors. You know what I noticed too? One of a lot of people, a lot of black people, women and men, that are all about the revolution and change and talk about the history. To be honest, a lot of them are married and date white women and white men. And one of my professors, she was black and she was kind of like that. And she was married to a white man and she had 2 kids with him, but she had to divorce him. And when she broke it down, why, it made sense as to kind of what you were saying. I don't know, because from her experience, and she's not the only one, but she was basically like, it was hard. It was something that Misha said. Now you got to explain stuff, walk on eggshells. She said it was so hard for him to understand. Like, he was hearing about the situation of her being a black woman, but it was hard for him as a white man to understand. Or if she would come home and tell her white husband that she felt like, a racist situation might have went on, or he looked at her like, you sure that's what it was? Like, he basically brushed off how she felt or what really happens in this world. So for her, it was, okay, you know what? I thought it would be okay with him understanding me and what a black person goes through and how they are, and he couldn't, and she divorced him. But she's not the only one that told me that dealt with some white person.
With black women and white men. Because white dudes not gonna understand black people at all, because they the ones that try to keep us down. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're not gonna understand unless they lived in the hood or they went through something to understand our perspective on things. They don't get our perspective at all. They get their perspective.
Go on my page, because now I can just look at the comments like that.
But a white woman would get a black man's perspective as far as dealing with white men, because they're white women who've been around white men. They know that what we're saying is not a lie. You get what I'm saying? So the conversation will go different. With a white woman, it's more of an understanding thing, which is why dudes gravitate towards white women, why black dudes gravitate towards white women. It's not always just about black women being problematic.
That's what it seemed like.
You know what I mean? It's not always that. It's just, and the other factors that factor into it psychologically. And then you got the whole aspect of slavery. And the opposite, colorism. That's how you get colorism in the Spanish community. I forgot what the saying is, but it's like basically to purify the race, like save the race. And they want you to keep marrying lighter skinned people to get the darker skin out of the family, kind of thing.
Oh, that's for like the Spanish people.
It's probably it's in the Spanish community. You know what I mean? But it's something that happens all over the world.
All right, let me read some of these comments, because I don't know if we can sit on and do that. But this one said, it be sad when a lot of black men don't be trying to build, so it starts making you think about what you have to do with the white man. His credit is good. He got good credit in a pool. Laughing out loud. Black guys be trying to impress dudes instead of women, but again, I guess both ways. A lot of people just need to grow up. Monta said she went to trauma training twice. She has a bachelor in psychology. How does she not understand? Hold on, because we went to some of this. Black women don't understand. Reverse. Okay, as Uno said, reverse the white lynch, the Willie lynch, and you'll attract your black king. Trauma has no color. We already read some of this. Nate laughing, of course. He backwards. He clearly don't know black women. So, okay. Somebody said, and this is true. She said, tell your boy to slow down, slow his thoughts down. He doesn't like to listen. We need a man that will listen to us as well. Woo, that's another topic, girl. You want to talk about men want women to listen? What about them? We gotta talk about that one day.
Y'all gotta be more clear.
Larry said white women are amazed by the male organs, therefore they all this. So Uno said, beginning they tortured the black men to show the black women we were weak, but the slave masters' wives and daughters knew our strength. That's why mulatto kids were being born.
And because the slave master was having sex with slave women, that mulatto kids were being born.
Right. Bonnie said, even though I don't agree, it's sad because this is how majority of men probably feel. Love conquers all. And hi, Kyle. Kyle said, I would never date outside of my race. However, I am down to I am down to sleep with a white woman. Why? Because of the thrills of getting back at the white man in history. Am I the only one who dates black women today? No, I will hope not. I will hope not. Uno says, speak on y'all standards in a man, no color. Anybody can be. It's all about the individual. You can't judge a book by its cover. Point blank, color, seal, love. And they said it's just another view on some things. Okay. So those comments, I think, we're up to date with. So wait, Kyle, I want to go back to what you said. You said that you only date the white woman or sleep with the white woman to get back at the white man. How many of y'all men feel like that? You feel like that, Web?
Not ready to get back at the white man, but I'm not. I wouldn't not to say
So you want to throw it in your face if you could, if you was messing with, say if it was a girl like you said, example that the white girl want to get back at her dad, or even she don't, so she want to mess with black guys, knowing her dad don't like black guys. You want to entertain that with her?
Yeah. What? Hell yeah. Why not? What? Yes. That's fun. Yes, I would entertain that. You want to get back at daddy? Okay.
So
I ain't doing that.
Right, but listen, with the colorism, I think that is wrong.
It's not my beef. It's not my problem. It's her problem on her daddy. She just want to come take it out on me.
And you gotta help her entertain it. All right. But I think when it get back to colorism with the light skin versus dark skin, as we spoke about, it's from the beginning of time we've been conditioned to think this way. Like you said, the house woman, the house maid, the lighter ones went into the house and they were able to have a little bit more privilege and all of that type of thing, and it has spilled over into our generation after our whole community. Right.
You get your privileged black people who, once they get up in stature with money, and they start to act funny towards the other black people now. It's like the crabs in the bucket mentality. You know what I mean? Like it isn't black people's fault, but we have this innate, we don't want to see each other doing good for whatever reason. We do, but never better than us. And it's a problem, because no other race is like that. They more so to help. Everybody wants to help lift everybody up. And black people, now we're starting to get into that more. Because it's been, 400 years since slavery ended? That they said that the chains were supposed to be broken mentally and all that kind of thing. But it's, you know what I mean? Like we're progressing at a good rate. It need to be a little bit faster, and it will be faster.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Webb. I think it could be a little faster because even now, like with it about to be 2021, when you look on TV, the light skin image is portrayed to be beautiful. When you see these rappers and the girls that's in their videos, they're light skinned and they're thin and they got bundles down to their kneecaps and they got green eyes and stuff like that. Where is the average looking woman?
That's society. That's because white people run society. So standards are based on the European standards of beauty, lighter skin, lighter eyes, and all of those are mutations, genetic mutations from you. You get what I'm saying? There's genetic mutations from y'all. It's genetic mutations from the black woman. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Because you see a lot of them trying to make their lips bigger and other things. They want the features and stuff. Yeah.
Get bigger lips and. Right. All that, you know what I mean? A bunch of crazy shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Why would you want to mess with a fake? That's like a fake. That's like a fraud.
Because the way society has been set up, the media, it tricks us. Like we was talking about people being visual compared to, is your eyes see, and then your brain creates the image that your eyes gives to it. But there's two different organs that work. You get what I'm saying? So seeing something is different from thinking about it. And we don't realize that. So we see all these images, and that's what we think is good. And it's not good. It's just what they keep showing to us as good.
And they say you being used, Web.
And it causes us to. No, I'm just. Wait, how am I
being used, Web?
Being used by who?
I don't know, but I know that colorism is still well and alive. And I was talking.
It is well and alive.
But listen, I was talking to Kia about that earlier. Where in the summer I facilitated a summer program, and the kids were high school students, and some were just freshmen in college. And one day we had a discussion on colorism, and it was 70 plus students. And when I say them students took their little mics off the Zoom and they started speaking about how they deal with colorism, about them being dark skinned, the names that they're being called. And if you, to be honest, more of the boys spoke up than the girls. They were talking about how females might not like them, or even how their homeboys, you know, brush them off because they're dark skinned, or even some of the light skinned boys talked about it, or some of the light skinned girls, like they gave their opinion, some of the dark skinned girls. So it's something that is like real relevant still in today. Like our kids are dealing with that. Like I have to tell, like my kids are chocolate, and I always have to tell my kids, like, you guys are beautiful. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be light skinned. You don't have to have the long hair, and you know that's what the European, like that's how they, the definition of a beautiful person. But that you can't go off of what they want. You have to go off of yourself and love yourself and know who you are enough to say,
Right.
if I'm chocolate, if I'm brown, if I'm yellow, if I'm big, if I'm small, if I'm tall, if I'm, you gotta have that. You gotta have that self love.
That's why representation is important, and they don't. That's why they don't put positive black images like that on TV, because they don't want us to think positive.
They don't want us to think. When they see us, they want us to just look at something else.
Like shit gets so deep. I don't know if you pay attention after I say this. When you watch shows, when they put on, they are very subliminal with all of this stuff. Like, and they get into our subconscious with it.
Give me an
and
example.
We not think, so like with shows, you'll see they usually make like a white person or like a white woman or a white man, like they make the black man weak, whether he's comedic or effeminate or
so.
And if they have a gay couple, a lot of times they'll put, it isn't all the time, they'll put the black man as the female in the relationship and put the white man as the male. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like a level thing to show like this is your place. But they don't say that with their words, you know what I'm saying? It's what the images portray. And we pick it up every day and don't realize it.
Right.
And that ties into how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about each other, how we act towards one another. And it's important that we study these things and look into these things, because that's what helps with trauma. Then you get to learn trauma and you get to operate with somebody that's traumatized also better. And y'all can steal us back from white women. Not us, because I'm not saying me.
Right,
But y'all can steal the black men back from the white devil.
You gotta steal our black men back?
I'm just saying, y'all feel like white women taking them. I don't know.
I don't feel like that. We don't feel like that. What we have, like what we were saying is that don't use all of these excuses or try to say like, because that's what we get a lot. Like regardless of how you just sat down and broke it down, even though most of us don't agree with it.
But it's true.
But okay, I get that. But a lot of men, that's not how they express it when they talk about how when they mess with a white woman, they try to make it like, oh, the white woman is better in this way, and this is why we go deal with them. Just say you want to be with her. You don't have to down a black woman to go mess with a white woman.
But the question is usually why do you like her over black women? Why do you like white women over black? And then they explain that.
Nah, before even if you don't say that,
if
it says I don't know. Even if I don't know what happened with Kia, but it says let me read a comment. Kyle said there's a good percentage of whites, specifically women, sleeping with blacks because they realize that they're dying as a race. It's true. All a part of the hidden agenda. They need our melanin in order to survive. And I just was reading something where they're selling melanin. Melanin is worth more than gold.
350,000, like a gram.
That's why
crazy amount of money.
Yeah. And a lot of our black people are going missing, and
that's why they kidnapping us and doing all of that. But I wanted to touch on what Kyle was saying. You are very right. I watched a video where they do the question thing, when they get on the beach and they be at different places and they asking like random people questions. Mm-hmm. And they asked a white girl, and she said straight up, like, "We're dying as a race. I want my descendants. I want my generation. My
so
my
why so freely give that to them?
Like I want them to live." And that was the first time I heard a white person say that like that.
He was being true.
I was like, yo, she's like, I want my grandkids to live, and we're dying as a race. And
that's something that you would contribute to?
None of that's something that I would contribute to.
No. What you mean? Like would you contribute to her making sure that her race stays alive?
Not that I wouldn't do it for that reason. No, if I fell in love with her, that's different. Right. You know what I mean? I guess you could call it contributing to it, but that's a different. I wouldn't do it for that specific reason. No, hell no. That doesn't make sense. Y'all killing us. Why would I do it for that reason?
I'm just asking, but you asking.
Even if my friend was telling me the ancient story, but that they explain the world about how black people came first, and then white people came to destroy us, and then they thought by sleeping with us they could get stronger, and they created mulattoes. But because mulattoes end up being black, we overpowered them. Because you have your melanin in your skin, and your neuromelanin in your brain, which is causing you to understand black issues more than your average person with a less account of neuromelanin. You know what I mean? That's how you have a light skinned person like Colin Kaepernick, who's very pro-black, compared to a dark-skinned person like Candace Owens, who's, you know what I mean? It's a difference in neuromelanin.
They said, think back to how we used to rank on each other. Yeah, we used to speak up, said some real crazy stuff, not even knowing that we damaging each other, talking it because we were raised up that way. We were conditioned to think that, like, even the older people, what was it saying? I said that they would say, you stayed in the oven too long. They would say that about a chocolate person. Somebody said that about my baby. I was about to. But they was family, but I still took offense. I was just like, what do they mean, you know, you was in the oven too long? Like, you beautiful. But we so trained to think that way and think that it's okay and it's nothing. When in reality, it does make people of our own race be talking about each other just because our skin colors are all different. Like, we still carry that same melon, like, at the end of the day.
Like Uno was saying, if we studied the Willie Lynch, because he spoke about basically what it is.
The Black Panther.
You take the opposites and you make them fight. That way, there's never any unity. You take old and put them against the youth. You take the man and you put them against the woman. You take the light skins, put against the dark skins, take black, put them against white. You know what I'm saying? And it creates an organized kind of chaos.
Right.
So there's never any growth. There's just always constant fighting. So if you get a person who doesn't experience that, you know what I mean, like a white person or an Asian person who doesn't experience that kind of thing, it's a different kind of interaction now. You know what I'm saying? So not to say that they understand more, it's just they're better equipped to deal with it because they dealt with less bullshit.
So that makes the you feel like it makes them better equipped.
Their mind is in a better place to deal with trauma. Not to understand stuff. Black people understand stuff more because of trauma. But to deal with trauma, we don't understand how to deal with trauma because we're traumatized until we learn that.
Okay, Webb. That's how you
They don't teach us it. They do
but it's so many.
That's why Chicago is the way it is. That's why New York is the way it is. That's why certain places are the way they are. Because they do that. It's an organized thing.
I mean, I get what you're saying to an extent. I just don't agree with that. You have to go talk to a white woman for her to understand trauma and how to deal with it. We got so many black women and black males that. Hold up. Let me finish talking. We have so many black women, so many black males that have gotten the correct education, that have studied upon themselves, that have learned about trauma, learned about psychology, learned just like you always talk about. You glad you learned psychology. There's a lot of people that have learned these things and how to deal with it as well, and they're not all white.
But they don't always want to deal with certain things, though. Because now you got a black man that's traumatized and he might not have his shit together. A chick who's learned all this stuff and have his shit together might not want to deal with a person like that. They might be their friends and help them, but they might not want to deal with a person like that.
Okay. So I'm gonna just finish some more comments before we get off. Kyle said that the Black Panthers had a lot of hidden gems. Just know that purple stuff was symbolic to our melanin. And then they said when they used to call us tar babies and all of that BS, then we take it and run with it. And Uno said, right. So in 2021, what's the goal of the black woman? And Kyla said, I grew up in New Britain where black men never looked at me. I was shocked when I started hanging in Hartford and black boys wanted me.
But it's because
the population in New Britain. Because even the population in New Britain is mostly Hispanic and Polish. They have a whole section. So that's what gravitating towards.
They want the lighter skin.
Because I went to New Britain High, and a lot of the black dudes, I was always cool with them, but none of them really never tried to talk to me like that. It's because of what they grew up into. They grew up into being around the population of Hispanics, being around the population of the Polish people. So that's what they adapted to. You know, I mean, that's just the population. Sometimes that's just not happen. But What else? So Uno, what do you mean? You tell us. What's y'all men that's saying all this? Yeah, some of y'all agreeing with Web, some of y'all not. But you saying what's the goal for women in 2021? What's the goal for black women in 2021, Web?
What does he mean? What does he mean by that? What's the goal for women in 2021? What does he mean by that?
That's you asking us, Web. I mean, Uno, you asking us what's the goal?
Yeah. What does that mean?
What do you mean? What's the goal for black women? What?
As far as the black union and black couples and black love and understanding trauma and working together to different generations.
Well, let's because he ain't say. I'm trying to see what he about to say.
He laughed.
Kai said she was considered too dark. I guess I was too. And a lot of the girls I hung around in school, a lot of them ain't. I don't know. I disagree. I went to an all-white school and dated a lot of different races. But Nick, you one of them. Nick, you a little different.
See, yes, thank you.
Yes, learning and dating.
Y'all want my opinion? I'll give y'all the answer first, but y'all gotta give what the goal.
The goal.
I don't know what that question means though. When he said, "What's the goal for women in 2021?"
As far as our conversation today and dealing with the trials and tribulations, I guess, of preference and colorism and stereotypes, because all of it ties into one another. So I'm saying, like, I think what Uno is saying, like, what is the goal as far as us coming together, like trying to work on those things from the black woman side? Because you heard what I was saying. Y'all heard Uno has agreed with me. Certain men have agreed with me. Certain men have disagreed with me. But what do y'all feel is the goal for black women?
I know for far as me, like
I don't even say as far as myself.
As far as dealing with black men, as far as learning to love and date.
I'm still gonna continue to be me. I'm gonna forever be Kia. I'm gonna forever be a dark-skinned black woman. I'm gonna forever date black men.
What are the goals as far as what y'all gonna do as far as being more understanding with black men, or being, you know what I mean, like, to traumas and issues? And I guess that's what he's asking. I think because that's what
Uno said. Yes, learning and dating.
Learning and dating.
My personal, I think there should be more listening, and listening from an end of not feeling blamed or judged. Take yourself outside of the picture and listen to what the person is saying. Black men, or, you know what I mean? Like, listen to what they're saying. Take yourself outside of the picture. Even if they're talking about you, take yourself outside of the picture and listen to them talking about the situation like you're not even in it, to get a more deeper level of understanding than it to just be a fighting or an argument, or, you know what I mean, feeling like blame and now we're going back and forth trying to prove a point. I think that would help for the black, you know what I mean, as far as couples and black love. And I think that it would fix the problem that black men say black women don't like.
I think that kind of go both ways, because a lot of black men don't know how to communicate. A lot of black men think when you ask a question, that's an argument, and it's not. It's a conversation.
Sometimes, but all right, that's one that could be an admission of guilt, or it could be that they're just used to arguments like that. Questions being arguments, like whether it's with their mom or whether it's with other black. You know what I mean? They could be, that could be their reaction. That's a trauma.
Yeah, but I mean, you mentioned listening though. Listening goes both ways, because a lot of men communication is messed up. Women too. Women too.
It's because of trauma.
Women too. So I think, far as that kind of goes both ways. That goes. But I think that question should be asked for men and women, not what are we as women going to do far as 2021.
People overall, as our people.
Yeah, and it also depends on who you're dating, because who you dating makes every relationship different.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be more black men have to get, because we don't. I mean, I did a lot of learning in my youth. I did a lot of reading. I did a lot of, you know what I mean, looking on the internet and learning about stuff that was interesting to me.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So that's where I got a lot of my knowledge from. But a lot of dudes don't. Some do. All right. They say autism or like hyperactivity is like, if you focus that kind of stuff, it's genius at work.
Yeah.
But a lot of men don't have the outlets to do that. So what they do, they turn to the streets, they turn video games, they turn to the streets. Sometimes they find some way to get that aggressiveness out, because we have aggressiveness in us, we got testosterone in us as men. You know what I mean? But it'd be the wrong direction. and they don't take any time to learn things. Some men, not all men, because you got people who are smart who do take the time to learn things.
What I respect from a man and a woman is that both parties are willing to learn, that both parties are willing to be accountable for things and look at themselves and say, okay, you know what? This is where I have issues at and it needs to be worked on. And y'all should be able to come together, even if you got to work on some of them by yourself. But to me, it goes both ways. It's not just what the black woman can do. Yes, I feel like maybe sometimes you might have the black woman that a black woman or a black woman. Sometimes we might overtalk things like that. I know I said earlier in one of my earlier the shows that I said, you know, I had to learn to listen and not just listen to respond, but to listen. But as a black woman, I just feel like just keep being empowerment, just keep uplifting yourself, just keep loving on who you are. And when you get with that person that you're with, whether they be black, white, or whatever they are, then you just got to work on self, continue to work on self, and continue to work on your relationship. I mean, it goes both ways. Men got to learn how to communicate, first of all, because y'all always say, I hear a lot of times like, oh, and I seen a meme that said, and it might be true. It might be true sometimes. It said that sometimes men don't open up because people use it against them once they open up. But that's women too. You know how many times if I opened up to somebody I dealt with and we got into an argument and they decided to use whatever I said against me. So it goes both ways.
It comes from trauma. And that's, I want to give an example back to like the white woman thing. It's like, you see that example, like you said, you come, you say something or something, and it's thrown back at you later. Now it's an argument or whatever. Mm-hmm. They might, and that conversation might go differently with a white woman. Not saying that it always will, but it might. Listen to what I'm saying, so you can understand what I'm saying. It might go a little differently. Instead of it being her taking it personal, she can be like, "I understand you're upset about da 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 da." You know what I mean?
But how you know? But why do you?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just giving an example of how it can be different with white women because they don't experience the same kind of trauma. Instead of internalizing it and be like, "Oh, he's mad at me for why you mad at me? It's not my fault." It's not. Instead of doing all of that, they realize it's got nothing to do with them and respond differently. And it might break a dude out of it. It might break both.
Well, maybe sometimes that's because us as black women, we may have more reason to be angry on a day-to-day basis of just being black. And just like how y'all may be a little more angry, a little more tense than a white man would be.
Which is why black men and black women will clash. It don't always happen like that. Once you take yourself.
Let's just accept it for that then. But don't say like they listen more and they're calmer and they do this and they do that.
Like when you start saying that, it's like.
But those are things. I'm not trying to say to put black women. Those are things that are true. That
for you.
No, that's me. Your opinion. That's not a fact.
There's black men up here that's some. But there's black men up here that's saying that they won't even do that. Like they
wouldn't do that.
They might sleep with a white girl, but they're not gonna sit up there and say, "Oh, she understands me. She understands trauma more, so she gonna understand where I'm coming from."
That's their preference. They want to date a white woman because they're not into white women. They don't feel understood by a white woman. But I'm just saying, I've heard from multiple black men. This is not from my experience dating any white woman. I haven't dated any white women, but from multiple black men. This is what I always hear. Every time it's the same exact thing they say.
We all just need to get out the bubble. That's what Nate said.
Yeah, that's what I was explaining, Nate. Thank you. So if we was to take ourselves out of the situation and listen to our partner, both male and female, listen to the other person without you making it about yourself. You'll see more clearly to fix the situation than to argue about it.
I think that depends on the situation. She said here, but if it depends on the situation. If you are going through something that you're dealing with as a man and you come talk to me about it, yes, I get what you're saying. But if I'm in a relationship with you and you are doing something over and over and consistently, it is about me now and it is about my feelings. And I might not come at you in a positive manner because guess what? You keep doing this negative thing, so it depends on the situation. Now, if you come home and say, okay, but what if you know how many let me tell you something. You know what kind of makes me upset? Because, like, I hate when people try to act like there's no black woman out there that's, like, not good, that doesn't listen, that doesn't understand the A lot of men say that. Are you serious? We kind of feel like you saying that, but whatever. It's just, I hear black men say that all the time. Kia, am I wrong? Black men don't say, oh, black women are difficult. They don't do this. Even what me and you talked about when My kid's father said I treat him like how a Spanish woman treat their man. That's not a compliment to me. I don't care if you look at it as that's a compliment. That's
so why
not
don't
a
you look at why
compliment.
they're saying it instead of you? But you see, that's what
I
I'm saying.
look even
You're
if they're
making it about yourself and you're getting upset and it doesn't
said,
fix
"Wait,
your
wait,
problem.
yeah."
So
So,
instead
Kia, how
of
would
taking
you?
yourself out of the situation
But why do
do
we
it
have? Why do you
more,
have
you're
to
making it
define
about
it?
you.
But why do you have to define it by a race? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, why do you have to say you treat me how a Spanish girl would treat me? Like,
Because it's based on the stereotype.
What
why?
does that mean,
Right. So
though?
that's. But it's
What
not
does that
okay.
mean?
But if the stereotype is true, it's a true thing. You can't get mad at it being true. You just gotta understand where they're coming from.
Nah, I get what you're saying, but I don't.
But what does that mean, Shantae?
So basically, from what I'm hearing from black men, because I've asked black men, like, what does that mean? They try to say, like, the way that a Spanish woman, like, basically caters to their men, how they deal with them and take care of them. And that's what they say, that's a difference between Spanish woman and black woman. And I've heard that before, like, oh, you cheat. I'm like, I'm not, but don't say that to me. Just tell me, you know, the way that I handle, the way that I deal with whatever, it's a positive manner. I don't need you to say, oh, you doing it like a Spanish female. Like, there's black women that do the same thing that Spanish women do.
Is that what men really think, though, for the men
Yeah.
that's on
Oh,
this
men.
live?
Oh, yes.
For
Men
the men
say
that's
that.
on this live, do y'all really think that? Like, different women of different ethnics, do they treat their men differently?
Right. Answer that, please. Say that again, Kia.
Do the men on this live, do y'all really think that different women of different ethnics treat their men differently?
Hmm.
Ooh, it's quiet.
Real quiet.
You gotta
Well,
find
let me
women
read
that's
some of
dated
these
outside of
comments.
race.
Let's get into the comments. What they say.
Right. Well, this is some of the other comments. And they said he said white people can't understand our struggle, so they try to emphasize with us. Black women are in the struggle and reflect, and that is what Webb's saying. I get what Webb is saying, but for him to say that that's why, a black, just say you like them. Don't say that's why you gotta go. Because
But that's the thing.
there's black women that understand.
That's why they do that. They're explaining to you why they're doing it, and you're telling them it's a different reason. That's not listening.
Wait, what,
That's not
Henri?
understand.
Henri said we don't think that we know that. What are you talking about, Henri? Kyla said
that women of different ethnicities treat them differently.
Kyla said, I treat my man how I was raised. Jamel said absolutely. What are you saying? Absolutely. So, and Henri, you saying no, it's not. Henri, you gotta tell us what you're talking about. Cause I want to hear the comments from what Kia asked.
Yeah, because I never like paid attention to that. I never knew that's what some men may think, that different women of different ethnics or different backgrounds or religion or culture or whatever it may be, we have a difference in the way we treat our men. Like, I want to know that.
Yeah, yes.
Wait, how do y'all not? Men say this all
They
the
say
time.
that all the time.
How do y'all not?
I do. That's what I just said. Men say that. I'm telling
all
you,
the time,
but that's what. But no, it's not.
So what's the difference?
Y'all black women, I feel like that. Y'all need to stop just even trying to sleep with a black woman. Stop trying to get a plate from a black woman. Stop trying to have a conversation because I'm a black woman.
Okay, so let me ask. I got a question for Webb. I got a question.
Hold on.
I got a question. So Webb, right now,
No, it's not. She's talking. You gotta learn to let people talk.
You just was.
Webb, is your daughter's mom black?
She's Dominican.
She's Dominican. Okay, and
but when Spanish people,
okay, wait. Let me finish asking the question. So your daughter's mother is Dominican, but prior to her or even after her, you've dated a black woman.
Yeah, I've dated the chick I'm talking to now. We're not dating, but the chick I'm talking to now is again Puerto Rican.
Okay,
but
so
yeah, I've talked to black women, and you know what I mean. Yeah.
Okay, but she Dominican, Puerto Rican, they're still like the same Spanish descent. Okay, so let's take.
Women since my baby mother, but I've talked to black women yet.
Okay, so is there a difference from your baby mother, your lady friend now, and just black women in the past that you've dealt with? Has there been a difference?
There's a difference culturally.
No. I'm talking about how they treat you. Culturally, we know that. How they treat you.
There's a difference, yeah. I didn't.
So when you dated, okay, so let me. Let me ask you this. So when you dated the black girl,
I
how
didn't
was
date,
she?
them. I didn't date any of this shit.
He just basically was
like talking to
what he was
them and
doing with them.
messing with them.
Okay,
So
so
the girl that you
friendships.
talking to now is Spanish.
Yeah, I know, but I'm okay. So you've had encounters with black women. Let's put it like that. So whether they wasn't your girlfriend, but it just could have been a female friend that you probably was talking to, hung out with a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
How did she treat you?
It
The black
depends on
girl.
because it depends on the girl. Because like there's a
No,
range.
we're not talking about specific girls. We just you know what it was like when you was with black girls. So what did you
She
experience with
cool. There was
she?
no problem. I didn't have no problem. I was able to talk with her. I was able to make jokes with her. You know what I mean? Like we
Okay,
had.
so then so then go into your friend now who's Spanish. What's the difference between her and the black girl?
She's also cool. It's just the only difference is just because she's Hispanic. It's like cultural difference. As far as in the
No, I'm
street,
talking about her interactions with you. Like, let's just say if y'all get into a disagreement, how did she handle it differently than the black girl?
I didn't get into no disagreements with the black girl. We didn't really argue about nothing.
Okay, so then go into your baby mother who's Dominican. So you got three different women, three
Mhm.
different backgrounds, three different cultures.
There's trauma though. With my baby mother, there's a lot of trauma. So I experienced what black men complain about black women. I experienced that with my baby mother.
But see, you see how you said
Like that
what
or
you
other things was gonna be a problem.
right, but that was your personal experiences.
So I wasn't
You
prepared for it.
had a bad encounter with your baby mother, and she's a black woman. So those were your personal experiences, may have not been good.
Like I
Hmm?
also had this like where she, you know what I mean, bring me plates or like I've had, you know what I mean, good experiences with her. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was a different type of treatment.
So we need to hear in the comments because Webb really don't have a difference. He said all of his three different
What
interactions with
the
three different
same?
women was the same.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, what's the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference, man? Y'all, I'm about
I
to
would
read
have to
some.
give you a different one I
I'm
was
gonna
dating.
read some of this stuff, but I don't see no men. Tell us, be real.
She
Y'all
speaks
saying,
Spanish.
shut up, Henri. But
She,
besides
what you say,
culture,
Webb? She
besides
speaks Spanish.
the different language, what's the difference? Like, be real. Keep it a buck, because I'm about to read some of these comments that y'all saying. So
Alright, Spanish
hold
women will
on.
fix your plate and bring you a plate. You said, let's say you watch, they'll bring you a plate or something. I'm just, listen, you asking me about different stuff. How to bring you a plate. They might make you a cookout, they might make you a plate. You get a plate made. But you're not about to be in the house and get, you know, like something. They be like, nigga, you get up and get your own plate. Not all black women, but I'm saying you're encounter that. Not more, but you encounter it. You can encounter with another chick.
This
You
is
know what I'm saying?
why I
But
be
Spanish
getting
Well,
women, they
mad.
be mad.
But Shantae, those are his personal experiences,
Those
though.
are
Webb,
his
I'm
personal
sorry.
experience.
I'm
Right, right.
sorry that you ain't come across a real black chick
This is
yet.
my personal
Wait,
experiences.
Hakia, high five you
These
this
are the
dude. Say high
experiences
five.
of
Listen,
black men. I'm watching men talk about this all the time. My circle of friends, men on the internet, men that aren't my friends on the internet. You get what I'm saying? This is just I'm watching men on television. I'm watching men talk about these things, and they're all saying the same thing.
well,
So
I'm
when
sorry
they
for
complain
all those
about it,
men who are in that circle. I'm sorry I never came across a real one.
so
Thank
when I
you.
listen, when I hear
Thank you.
black women
Woo!
complain about this, I'm like, yo, y'all not listening to the men. Y'all are
Woo!
only hearing, y'all making it a personal thing, and you're getting upset, and you're not listening to what's being said. Because you don't want to hear what's being said. But it's a true thing, or else not so many men wouldn't be saying it. You know what I mean? It's the same thing like black dudes not being mentally equipped to deal with y'all properly. And they string y'all along. The dudes that y'all like, the dudes that y'all do anything for, they don't know how to deal with that, and they string y'all along and play y'all.
See, I really can't say that is true because I don't know the percentage of how many men across America who really feel that way. But the only thing I can say as a black woman is just I'm gonna just apologize to say I'm sorry that y'all have never had the experience of what a
Right,
real black woman can offer
right.
because we are the bomb. We cook, we clean, we make
The
plates,
bomb.
and we
The
deal with
bomb.
bullshit
The
all
bomb.
the time.
All women think that about themselves. Spanish women think that about themselves. White women, I don't know what white women think about themselves, but Spanish women,
They
every woman
probably think
thinks
the
about
they're women. They probably think the same way. But we talking about black women because we want to know the difference. We
I
only
want
can speak as a black woman because we're black. So I want to hear from men.
listen as a black woman because y'all are black.
But as a
Because we're
black
black.
man, you have to listen to, and as
We
a black man, no,
do.
and as a black man, You have to learn to get rid of that trauma and learn to communicate and let your female know what is bothering you. Because guess what? Yeah, we can tell her.
Listen and not make it about y'all.
Am I talking right? Example right there. It doesn't matter. It's not. It doesn't mean that they always make it about you. You know how many times I have so many male friends that I could sit down and it don't even matter if you're dating them or not. That I could sit down and listen to what they're going through and understand what they're going through and not judge them for that. Even if I'm in a relationship, the only time you're gonna get that type of thing from me is if you're doing something negative 100 times, even if that's doing your trauma and I asked you to deal with it. I tried to get you help. I tried to say let's work on it. And you continue to not want to. I have every okay, but listen, you want to talk about personal experiences. I have every right to blast if I want to because I done tried and tried. You cannot sit here and say that black women think that it's all about them and they don't listen and this, that, and third. Yeah, sometimes black women are hard-headed, just like y'all black men are. It goes both ways. It ain't just us all the time.
This is what happens when we tell you.
But wait, let me listen to.
When we give you critique and we're asking black women to listen, before you hear what we're saying, you bring up what black men do and be like, but you're not listening to what we're saying is the issue. You're deflecting from it, and that doesn't help.
I just answered something to what you said. I let you talk, and I responded. So I want to. Okay, well, let me read because these people did respond to you, Kia, about what we asked about. It's a lot. Kyla says she treats her man how she was raised. We don't think that we know that. Women of other ethnicities treat us different. This is from Jamel. I cater to them in the home. Absolutely. What's expected is they do men stuff, the yard work, hard work, typical men stuff. It's not. Henri said it's not thinking, it's experience. Henri said, I have a brother who just got married and have a woman straight from the motherland who caters to her man in every way. I'm not sure if you're talking about your cousin, but that love is real right there, Henri. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but Kyla said, my black uncle caters to their wives. My black uncles cater to their wives, so in return they get treated like kings. Amen, baby girl.
Boom.
Jamel said, let's be clear. I love my sisters, but what? Women be treating dudes like kings and husbands, and they're still ungrateful and take advantage. Then you got black men who say nobody in their family never got married. They be going along with their generational curses. Women be minding their business, and here comes Satan.
Who's that?
Tiffany. Jamel said, yes, women of other cultures have treated me better than a sister. Nate said, it's all conditioning. Woman was raised to serve men and men were raised to get money and hold the house down. But the old way of thinking, women are getting to the bag, but those who still run in that condition still run with traditional methods of living. Yes. Let's see. Uno, you hit too. Everyone has to learn how to treat others in ways they want to be treated. And when you get scarred from one person, don't bring your old drama into new relationships, or you're going to be toxic to someone else. Uno, what have you experienced a lot too? Jamel said, too many of our sisters aren't willing to do for a man the way others are. Cook, take care, home bills, how they will and won't take care of needs. Wow. A lot of women are different. However, I have black women who are willing. Nah, you done, Jamel. Uno said definitely. He said diet counts too. So even if if my black woman cook meals for me, know what strengthens me. Okay.
I think every man wants a good woman until it allows him to have to be a good man.
Ooh, Jesus. Say that again, girl.
What?
Say that
Every man wants a good woman until it allows him to have to be a good man.
No. That's what women think. That's what women think.
Point blank, period.
That's not the case with men. That's a black woman perspective of it.
That's any woman.
Perspective without listening, without trying to hear black men. That's just black women from what they deal with themselves.
Every man, white, black, green, purple, wants a good woman in their life. But they do. But when you come across a woman, whether she be white, black, whoever, when you come across a woman that puts her foot down and demand the respect that you expect from her, now it's a problem.
Yep.
That's not what the problem. That's when you're
Now
dealing
it's
with
the problem.
you're chasing a dude that you want instead of chasing a dude that wants you. That becomes a problem there because it's like, yo, you wanted me, and then now you're doing all this. I don't gotta do
No, it
anything.
ain't about who want who, because we already together. But once we already together,
But
it's
that's what
like these expectations, the expectations got to be 50-50. You can't expect for me to run your bathwater and cook your food and stay home and take care of the kids and you doing whatever. No, you going to pay me my respect as the woman of this house.
And she said,
that's what you're supposed to do.
trauma.
That's what you're supposed to do.
It go both ways. It go
But
both ways. And like I said, and every woman wants
but
a
if a
good man
woman
in her life
do
as
that, and
well as a man wants a good woman in his life. Like, we deserve that too.
Yep.
but it's gotta be. Women do deserve that, and dudes will offer it to a woman that they want to offer it to. Women be expecting it from the men they want it from, and it
Now,
doesn't
don't
work.
get it twisted too, Web. Not all women are good women neither.
I know
Because
that. We say it all the time. We know that.
we know that.
But
But
I
for those that are deserving of it, give us the expectations y'all expect from us. That's
and
it. And
but
that's not
the
asking
dudes to notice that.
that's not asking for $1 million. That shouldn't be pulling teeth.
But it's trauma. You gotta find somebody that understands that. You can't just expect that out of everybody you come into contact with.
Nah, but I mean, and
Understand?
that's where communication comes in. That's where communication comes in at. You should be able to talk to each other. I always say, your woman should be your homie, lover, friend.
Yep.
Should be.
That should be she should be one of the homies just as well as your real homies.
You gotta be one of the homies and not be annoying with it, because then that's what drives a dude. That's what
Well,
drives a dude.
listen, if she's annoying, she shouldn't be your woman.
Cause like a chick, like for example, a dude that's on the streets, a chick come into his life. Chicks chase dudes like that all the time, so they not studying a girl that come after them. You know what I'm saying? But if you can hold him down, let's say for example, I'm not gonna just use hold his guns and his drugs, and you give him advice that could save his life. He looking at you as a completely different woman from now on. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because you saved his life. He knows
of
that you
course.
never been.
Of course.
His whole demeanor towards you will change because you did him a
Yeah.
solid. You know what I'm saying? And it becomes showing that type of level of loyalty or respect. Women be thinking that they're doing that with dudes, and dudes get that from a bunch of women all the time, so they're not respecting it. You get what I'm saying? And you like a woman can show it, but if he get that from a multiple women all the time, he don't care if this woman is, no matter how much it matters to her that she's doing it, it don't matter to him because he can get it from anybody else. It isn't until you do something that puts you standing out that a dude switches that. You get what I'm saying? And because they're looking for a good woman.
When they be, but hold on, when they be jacked up themselves, have so much trauma that they haven't dealt with, but they want this woman to be this perfect female to listen to them. But no, what we had to learn as women is that we can't change a man. A man got to change for themselves. So yeah, we could be there to help them. We could be their back. We could be their backbone to help them change. But we cannot change a man. A man is going to change when they need to. But you can help during that healing process. You can help to try to deal with that trauma. But if that's just like you saying, I could bring you to the water, but I can't make you drink it. Like, I could try to help you. All I want as a black woman to say, yo, even though we might have, hold on, even if we might have, right, but even if we have our own issues, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm just giving an example. Even if we have our own issues together, and I still see that we both need things to be worked on, and it's being brought up, you gonna want to work on it too. Like he said, like, you can't just expect a woman to have all of this and be put together. Most people, you might enter into a relationship financially okay. You might enter into a relationship already, you know, having kids and stuff like that. But really, when you get into a relationship, it's always things that you're gonna have to, not always, I'm not saying always, but at some point y'all gonna have to work on something, you know, in your relationship. And it might come from past, it might come from trauma, but guess what? Come together and work on it. Don't just say, hold on. Don't just be like, oh my gosh, she aggy, like, nah, this one thing she did, I'm done. Like, I can't even get with it. And then you got all this messed up stuff about you. That's not fair.
They gotta be. It's not fair, but they got a bunch of messed up stuff about them. They're not gonna want to work on anything because they have to survive what they've been doing. So you gotta find somebody that wants to work on things. If you see a pattern of somebody that's trying to work on things, and you expect them to work on things, that's your fault.
I mean, I get it, yes, to an extent. Henri said, I just had a woman wear a PhD. I catered to her, and in reverse, she gave me a behind the kiss. Kyla said, you need to address your own trauma. Have you asked the man, does he have knowledge yourself? Yes, I do, Henri. If I'm talking to somebody, I definitely do. Jamel said, cut it, bro. Cut it down, bro. You sharing truth. I'm not even reading no more.
I'm
His
sharing
comments.
man truth, bro.
So Timmy said, we need men who are married to black women to give us real experience and mature talking. Soon come, baby girl. We're going to have some married guests up here because it might be a little bit different, you know. Henri said, it's the physical that locks people in with lust and control. This topic is multi-layered. Yes, it is. And that tradition. Okay, so they said in that tradition, till the woman feels she does more than the man does, than the man deserves. Kyla said everyone is not traumatized. Be a grown ass man to do the work to prepare for a wife, as we have to do the work to prepare for a husband.
Men
and I think that's what Kia was saying.
Men do that eventually, but women expect every man they talk to want to do that with them.
Nah,
that's not a thing. Women, I say every woman. Women expect that. Not every woman expects that.
Where you get that? Where you got that
A
from?
lot of women do, and that's why they go. That's why they get to the problems they get into.
I think when Web, you speaking from your own personal experiences.
No, I'm speaking from me knowing women and having females as friends and watching their growth as a woman. Is a lot of like you were saying earlier about it took you had to learn how to go about wanting to work on things in a relationship, how to respond to certain. It took growth and maturity to learn that.
Yeah, going through certain things.
But it's like that's what I'm saying. You're going through all those things, and it's without the understanding of trauma. And that's how you encounter bad things, and then it's a blame on men for it. Men go through bad things with women, and we blame women too. But you learn eventually, it's not their fault. It's not your fault.
Thank you for saying that, because sometimes men go
but y'all have to understand that about men too, that it's not our fault, and that's something that isn't reciprocated a lot of times from because of trauma, specifically black women. As far as men say, you know what I'm saying? And that's what causes that kind of saying about those kind of things. It's not to say that black women are bad. I love black women. I really do. I just wish that black women, I mean, I've had no problem talking to black women and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But as far as they wishing they understood black men more, even the men that's not.
Don't nobody understand black men like we do.
That's what y'all say, but y'all understandings of it be from toxic masculinity, from dealing with bad situations and learning toxic male traits. So y'all be like, this is what men is. No, that's a toxic dude.
But as much as I've gone through,
black women, you are putting black women in a ball when you just sat there and said you wish black women this more. Like you're basically saying that's
the same way black women wish black men understood more.
No, I just wish it's not even a black man. No, but that's men, period. That's how y'all are. You can say something to a man, I swear to God, 2 seconds later, it don't even matter if you're black, you're white, it doesn't matter. We're not putting a color on that. Like, you can't. That's just how y'all are. Y'all like that. Y'all just not attentive as y'all should, but that's something that could be worked on. I mean, you have some men that are, but Jamel, what you mean can't expect, why not? What I said was y'all can't. No, but I said to him,
women expect a lot of things.
No, because when I said you can't expect a woman to have all of this in a row, and then you got a list of things that's messed up with you.
You can't do that. No, of course that's not
right.
Fair,
so she said that Kyla said you need to do some work.
I don't need to do any work. Work with what? I don't need to do any work. I'm explaining to y'all why people do what they do. I'm not telling you what I feel like. I'm explaining to you why people do what they do. Take yourself outside of the situation so you can get a better grip on it. You know what I'm saying?
She said he can't even let you talk. He's much worse than the female, turning us into dudes. We trying to agree with him, but he not hearing us though. Exactly.
Agree with me when?
Not that we're like certain things I understand to an extent, but it's like certain things I'm just like not agreeing with you on today. Web, sorry.
Tonight. I know, but you'll learn it, and then eventually
I don't need to learn it because guess what? Web, no. I don't need to learn that a white woman understands trauma better, so she's able to deal with it better and
be more. You took it.
That's what you just said. Hold on. Okay, so what's the exact word you said? A white woman understands trauma. Hold up, better because they didn't go through the trauma that we went through. Just yes or no? Is that what you said?
They know how to deal with trauma.
Is that what you? That's what I just said.
And he also said he wished black women would understand black men more.
Say that again, Kia.
He also said he wished black women would understand black men more.
But listen to understand, so we don't have this kind of interaction. Like I've been trying to talk to, and we've been having a constant. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no listening. I'm hearing.
But listen, you're over talking.
I didn't say that you wasn't listening. I just don't.
Listen, Webb, you're over talking Shantae more than she's over talking you.
Thank you.
Because she's also been cutting me off the entire time and being funny.
I'm just
exactly. I'm just sitting
here listening to his perspective, so he has the right to have his own perspectives. But just because we're like this, after this show is gonna be cool. Like that's what he feel like. If he feel like he could go, which is crazy, because not one time has he said he's dealt with a white woman, but he can say
men say this.
He's watched, and I've watched men say a lot of things. But we are females, Webb, and we're telling you what black men tell us, and you're telling us that's not true. Yes, it is. You know how many black men say or downplay a black female to mess with the next race? You do not. What we're saying is
downplay y'all, and that's how you're taking it, because you're making it about yourself.
So if you say a Spanish woman gonna bring a plate to her man, but a black woman ain't, that's downplaying.
Some black women do. Some black women will do that if they learn to do that in their household.
He said, "I'm gonna learn." Man, listen.
If they learn from their mother, not you don't serve a man and you make.
That's how Virgos are.
If you learn that from your mother, then you're not gonna do that with your man.
He said you will learn. Wow, he swear he right. That explains his love life.
I ain't running not a damn way.
Yeah, that's how.
Wait. Explain yourself, Tiffany. What is it that I'm saying that's not making sense, or that you're not?
Nah, but y'all not telling me I'm gonna learn, because I'm learning on my own.
You are.
Hold up.
You are through experience.
What you learn is through experience, through maturity, and that's up to me as a woman to want to learn. Honestly, only thing I could probably say that I really needed to probably work on was communication. But when you get burnt so many times from treating a black man good, and although I would never date outside my race, sometimes it is like what you be saying is BS, because you have black women that do good. But a female could feel like they got burnt from being with you.
Like I've explained to you a million times why black women feel they get burnt from black men. And then be that a lot.
So Kyla said that.
And I've watched black women themselves come later on once they matured and be like, yo, I was chasing after the wrong thing.
I want to go back to none of my exes and say that, because that's not true.
No, not to the ex. They just say that about themselves personally. Like, yo,
we need to
I realized as I got older and matured that I was making everything about myself, and I had to fix that. It was my traumas that I had to heal from it. Women have said this to me. Like, women have said this about
you. So that's your personal experience with your personal
So I'm listening to people say this, and I'm listening to men, and I'm putting the pieces together. I'm not just pulling a theory out of my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about what people have said. This isn't just my personal opinion.
Kyla said that Webb needs to let go.
Let go of
Tiffany
what?
said, well, the ones who need to run is from him.
Oh, they just gonna keep talking shit. Y'all can talk all the shit y'all want. I ain't worried about y'all.
Well, I don't care. I just want to say, black queens, keep loving who you are.
Love who you are. Love yourself.
Well, I don't even think they want to hear you say.
Love each other.
Webb, you're not listening. You're promoting listening. You're not listening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Finish saying what you're saying.
I just want to say to my black queens as well as my black kings to just continue to love on yourself. Don't look, if you have a preference or you like a different race or whatever it is, just like it. It don't have to be because this, that, and third. Although you might have reasons why you do it, it is what it is. But don't ever downplay a black woman because of what you've been through with another black female or whatever the situation might be, or you traumatized from certain things growing up. It could be a lot of things why you feel like the white woman might understand you more. But you never have to downplay your sisters for that. Like, you got to remember, like, your moms and your grandparents and your cousins and your sisters, like, most of them are black. So, I get what Webb was saying today. We had different point of views. I'm glad Kia came on and chimed in and said what she had to say. This was a real good discussion. Like, everybody got to tap in and say different things. It says it's all about individuality, point blank, period. We're going to go through to grow through. We are being shaped and molded. And I agree with that, Tiffany. So today was a good discussion. It was good. Cool. We got to hear some advice from men, how they feel about black women, what they think about the black woman. Jamel said, I agree with so much you are saying. It's a two-sided topic. My message is not understood correctly. Okay. Tiffany said you're probably messing around with young-minded people. But again, Thank you, God. Like, I don't know. Does anyone else have anything else to say? Like before? Okay, because Kyle back. Oh gosh, hold up. He said, "I'm back. I had to check that Jeezy. I know, right? The Jeezy versus Gucci
I've been trying to look it up this whole time.
I'll show you. It says white woman can't cook, and I don't like that. And I like to. He said, and I like to eat.
You'd be surprised. Some white people can throw down. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked.
Black queens for the win. Thank you, Kyle. I agree with you. No matter how much trauma, no matter if our mouths are slick, sometimes there's a lot of black women that love their men to the death. There's a lot of black women that will hold that black man down and handle and help uplift their king. So at the end of the day, I respect it. I'm down with what you said. Black queens for the win. How you feeling, Kia?
I'm with it.
How you feeling? Okay. Black queens for the win. Stay away from the bacons.
The hell?
White girls.
He said stay away from them bacons, yo. That's but
we'll talk about it next
time. We about to end this because I do want to go watch it. And this was an awesome topic. Thank you, Kia, my boo, for coming on and tuning and saying your perspective and your thoughts.
Appreciate you.
Yes,
yeah, you gave some really thought-provoking questions and topics, and I really like having you on the show today. For real.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Kind of listen. So, thank you again. Thank you for everyone tuning in. Thank you for everyone commenting. Thank you for everyone just talking about, the personal experiences. They didn't even start yet, Kyle. Oh, okay. So they didn't even start
the verses. It's on verses on Instagram, right?
Yeah, but they didn't start it yet. So we still
okay.
There's a versus page on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, so versus page on Instagram. But have a good night. We will definitely be back with another one next week. Who knows who we're gonna have? Come on, web kiss. Who knows who we're gonna have on? We might have a guy now, but who knows? We may have two different people. But next week, tune in, same time, 6 o'clock p.m. Facebook Live. Talk with Teezy presents the Venus versus Mars. And everybody have a good night.
She's Teezy.
Be safe. I'm Teezy. That's
I'm Web.
We had our girl Kia on today.
Salute the Kia.
What's up, y'all?
Love you. Peace, Jamal. Yes, he said it was funny today. It was really entertaining. I like that we all got some information. Some of y'all I'm gonna cuss out when I get on this live site. Okay, be there for next week, Kyle. I'll tag you in it. This is gonna be our 8th episode. So, like I said, we're just gonna continue and try to get better and come up with different topics. But again, this is Venus versus Mars. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.